when you're all the way live.
And Lori, are we leaving time for questions?
If we have some time, yes. If there is, yes. Good morning. Welcome to the fall 2020 semester at San Diego City College. My name is Lori Oldham, and I'm the Student Affairs Coordinator at San Diego City College. Before we really get into things, you may have all been aware that we're experiencing rolling blackouts. And if that should happen, we might get kicked out. But if that happens, please try to get back on, because we will be working very diligently to pick up for one another should that happen. So stay tuned, and if you get logged off, please also try again to log on. So thank you so much for joining us. Let me just begin by saying that we're so excited that you've chosen City College to continue or begin your educational journey. City is a really special place, and it's where dreams are birthed and where you'll receive the ultimate student experience. Even during a time where we are in the middle of a global pandemic, you all still have the audacity to dream big. You will discover that City College is a very special place. It's supportive, it's nurturing, and our commitment to social justice is like no other college in our nation. But and we demonstrate that through our intentional programming of equity and inclusion, and it will meet you to help cultivate you to be the finest citizen of the world. You've even developed some real marketable skills during trying to adjust to this new mode of learning. And those are marketable skills that you'll definitely be sellable and can put on your resume, because you might be doing like me and hosting a Zoom meeting. And so as you continue with City College, just know that it's our sincere desire to provide you with a high quality of education, the highest. It's designed with your success in mind. Our mantra is simple. It's students first. This week, we have planned some terrific activities for our very first virtual welcome week. You have to bear with us because it is our first, but I'm very confident it's going to go well. You'll get information you can absolutely use. We have a wonderful lineup that is developed with you in mind. You'll hear from faculty, staff, students, counselors, various student-centered programs, our associated students, and clubs. And we have some great presentations to provide you resources and tools to allow you to thrive at City College. So this week has been designed, and it's all about you. So let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to introduce Abby Wiseman and Madison Lawrence. They're from our Student Health Services Department, and I'll let you all take it away.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lori. As she mentioned, my name's Abby. I work at City College's Student Health Center. I am one of the mental health counselors there. And I'm so grateful to be here. Welcome. I'm so happy to welcome you to City College. And what an amazing feat to be enrolled in school right now with everything going on in the world. So kudos to you for being, like she said, so you're here, you're willing to learn, and you're willing to pursue your education during a really uncertain time. So good for you, and we welcome you to City College. I will quickly just overview that at City College we have an integrated health center, and so I will be overviewing mental health services today. But I first just want to acknowledge that this is quite a stressful time. If you aren't feeling stressed out right now, I need to know your secret, because everyone I'm talking to, and myself included, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling stressed. Sometimes I feel like I'm just floating to stay above water. And that's completely normal and okay given the current state of our world. We are experiencing kind of two public health crises at the moment. And so if you're feeling plus every other real stressor in your life, being a student, many of us have families, many of us have jobs. It's a lot to juggle. And so it's okay if our mental health takes a little bit of a hit. But what's important is that we recognize that we nurture that, and that we ask for help when we need it. So One of the resources that is available to you at City College is the Student Health Center, where we have mental health counseling. It is free, it is confidential, and we are fully functioning during this time of distance learning and online learning during coronavirus. So please know that we are offering teletherapy services during this time. So I actually will share my screen, and we have a little PSA that we've created that will overview these services for you.
Hey, we're from San Diego City College Student Health Center.
Did you know that the Student Health Center is now offering free confidential telemedicine and teletherapy to eligible City College students?
What's teletherapy?
Teletherapy is mental health counseling and support offered via video chat.
Why would I need to do that?
There's a lot going on in the world right now. It's confusing and chaotic and conflicting, and it has a toll on our students. Speaking to a mental health counselor allows them the abilities to balance their own personal stressors while also meeting their academic responsibilities. It's a unique space. It's a non-biased, non-judgmental, and confidential space for them to discuss any issues they're facing.
But does teletherapy even work?
Yes. Overall, the research shows that teletherapy is just as effective as traditional face-to-face counseling in a variety of circumstances.
And is it safe?
Yes, the Student Health Center uses a HIPAA-encrypted Zoom account to ensure a secure connection for its students.
What if I live with roommates or family members? How can they ensure that I have the privacy?
Counselors will work with dedication and commitment to support students in creating privacy, whether it is through the use of a safe word or in finding a quiet area in the home, like the bathroom or in the car.
How much do these services cost?
Nothing. Services are free because it's covered by your student health fee.
All right, cool. So is it only available in English?
Sessions are available in multiple languages. Please reach out to find out about our language options.
Okay, so how would I know if teletherapy is necessarily a good fit for my specific needs?
You can visit us at the Student Health Center's website and make sure you click on the Mental Health Counseling tab so you can request an easy and simple phone call consultation with one of our counselors.
Students can also be connected to supportive community referrals to ensure basic needs are being met, such as food, housing, and healthcare, and to learn more about the different virtual support groups that are being offered by the department. Staying connected with peers now is more important than ever.
What if I have questions about COVID-19 or another medical-related issue?
The Student Health Center is also students' first stop for their physical health needs. We too have transitioned to the virtual world and are now offering telephone consultations and telemedicine services. Covered by your student health fee, these services are free and confidential for all City College students.
While you're on the Student Health Center's website, make sure to check out the tab for the Student Health Clinic. There you'll find the most up-to-date information related to COVID-19. There you will also be able to request a consultation with a nurse practitioner or a physician. This will give you the opportunity to explore any physical health symptoms you might be experiencing.
So spread the word. Please let your students and any friends or family you have at City College know about these invaluable resources.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We hope to hear from you soon.
So that video just is, I sound so honest. So that video is just meant to overview services that we provide. The big takeaways are that it is free, it is confidential, and it is available to all City College students. If you have more information, or I'm sorry, if you have more questions after watching that video about what you can expect, or if you're a good fit for the service, then please visit our website and request a phone consultation, and a counselor will reach out to you by phone and kind of do a quick screening and then get you set up with an appointment. It's really that simple. So I really want to just normalize asking for help. I know that that can be scary. There's a lot going on right now. Maybe my problem isn't really big enough to go seek therapy. Maybe I can handle it on my own. But I actually think that asking for help early on before a problem becomes a crisis is far more effective than, once we're in crisis mode, it's hard to remember to ask for help. So don't hesitate to reach out. There's no problem too small. And we're happy to just be a part of your support network here at City College. And one more thing I will share is this is an overviews our weekly events and group weekly support groups that we are offering this semester. So you can see here, virtual help desk is when we're available to answer questions by Zoom. We have different support groups going on, as I am, for any invisible physical or medical challenges that might be impacting you, healthy relationships. I mean, who can't benefit from that? Women supporting women, living out loud for LGBTQ, open space, no hate for progressive thinkers who'd like to process what the heck is going on in the world right now. And yes, like I said, these are just some of what we are offering in addition to teletherapy. And so we hope that you'll check us out and ask any questions that you might have. With all that said, I've been asked to lead you guys through a meditation. So if you're watching later, not live, from home, please engage in this, please practice this. Meditation is one of many tools that can be used to help manage stress. Like I said, there's a lot of that going on around right now. So meditation is just one useful tool. Some people might think that the idea is to block all of your thoughts, but that's really not what the goal is. And I don't know that that's even achievable, but I think what we're doing here is taking a minute to kind of give our brain a break from the constant running of thoughts that it's doing, all the things that it's reminding us to do, or, oh, the things that we're so embarrassed we did yesterday or afraid of that's going to happen tomorrow. We're just kind of taking a break from that, and we're living in the present moment. And it's a tool that's free and available to us at any time in any setting that we may find ourselves. So I'm going to do a very brief introduction to meditation. I invite you to join me. And if it's something that's useful for you, then there's hundreds of thousands of YouTube videos, free apps that you can download that will help guide you through meditation. But for today, we'll just start quickly. If you are signed on and you want to, shut down your video so that you can really kind of just be present, I invite you to do that. Otherwise, if you're watching from home or later today or tomorrow, feel free to really engage in this as well. And we're just going to kind of take a minute to be present on our chair or wherever we may find ourselves sitting, couch, floor, wherever we are. I'm just going to ask you to, if you're comfortable, close your eyes and really bring a sense of presence to this moment. Otherwise, simply lowering your gaze and picking a spot in front of you works just as well. And so we're just going to let go of any expectations of what's going to happen here in the next 5 minutes, let go of any expectations of ourselves or of this practice. And we're just going to really believe in the power of our breath. And so if you just want to kind of check in with yourself in this moment, notice any physical sensations that you might be noticing or feeling, bringing attention to any emotions or feelings that are popping up. Bringing attention to the weight of your body where you sit. And imagine if you can just kind of really fully relax into that space. Is there anything you can let go of to just really sink into the seat that you find yourself in? And we're going to be here for a minute. And so when thoughts pop up, which they will, I want you to practice not attaching any meaning to them. Try not to run away with any narrative, but just simply acknowledge that you're having a thought, let it go, and then we'll bring our attention to the rise and the fall of our chest as we breathe. So filling our lungs all the way with air to the top, holding it for a second, and then letting it go. And just notice, even just that deep breath, we're already a sense of relaxation. So go ahead, do another one, a very deep breath, filling your lungs all the way up with air, holding it at the top, and then letting it go. Perfect. And now we're just going to stay here. If it's helpful to put a hand on your chest or on your stomach to really keep yourself present with the breath, please do so. If you want to say in as you breathe in and out as you breathe out in your head to keep yourself focused there, you can also do that. And we're just going to kind of sit here for 1 minute, breathing. And it seems so simple, but it is such a powerful relaxation tool. So I invite you to just kind of observe the rise and the fall of your chest and diaphragm as you breathe. And again, if a thought pops up, just simply acknowledge it. And like a cloud in the sky or like a balloon that you're letting go of, you just release it. Letting go of whatever you have to do after this and whatever came before. And just really being present with this moment, this gift that you're giving yourself today. Knowing that your breath is always here for you. It is a tool that you can always turn to. You just need to make a little bit of time. And the point is intentionality, right? So we're breathing all day long, but the tool is not effective if we're not doing it intentionally. So it's the bringing awareness to our breath that makes it such an amazing practice. Go ahead, take a couple more deep breaths. Now we'll go ahead and collectively all together with everyone that's practicing right now with us, take our deepest breath today, inhaling all the air that we can fit into our lungs, holding it at the top, and then letting it go. And just remembering that this is here with you, taking a moment to thank yourself and everyone else for practicing, for giving yourself this gift that you so desperately deserve. And remembering that you can come back to it whenever you want. So I'll go ahead and invite you to just maybe stretch, bring your attention back to the room. And if that was something that you enjoyed, then just know that there are counselors at City College who would be happy to make that a part of the practice with you, that they're, again, YouTube, apps, but that we're here for you. And that's just one of many tools. If you are struggling with stress, anxiety, depression, any uncomfortable feelings or symptoms, that there are mental health counselors that would be beyond happy to help support you, problem solve, build some skills, and help you be your most successful at City College. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much, Abby. First of all, that was truly a gift. I am not kidding you. That's something that I've learned, and honestly, San Diego City College has the best mental health services that you could possibly think of. A couple of questions, if I may. You talked about your services. Can you talk a little bit about two things, about the confidentiality and also relationships, in terms of if I'm a person that I'm struggling with a relationship, is there a cost for me to bring in a person or the people that I'm struggling with? Can you talk about those wonderful things?
Yeah, those are really great questions. Thank you for asking them. The first is the confidentiality piece you mentioned. So what we're doing on our end is taking preventative cautionary measures. We've paid for a HIPAA encrypted Zoom account. So it'll be different than the free Zoom accounts that you'll pay or that you can just sign up for that often have those like Zoom bombers or whatever they may be called. So we're really doing our part to do everything that we can to ensure that the internet is secure, that the Zoom session is secure. We'll go over that with any student who's interested in signing up for these services. So we'll talk about private space in the home or an area that they can go to be private. If they're living with a family member or partner and they're worried, or even a roommate, they don't really want to, engage in necessarily disclose vulnerable things in front of that person, we can come up with a safe word, in which case their privacy may be impeded on. And so we have a safe word. So if someone enters the room, we know that now, okay, we need to kind of subject or talk about something light while this person's in the room. We've done everything from holding sessions in the bathroom to holding sessions in the car. And so we have protocol in place for if service gets interrupted, what we're going to do, what phone number we're going to call you on. So we really try to do everything that's within our control. And of course, there are risks and limitations with it being online, and we'll overview those with students, but we will take measures to make sure that it is confidential and secure, because without that feeling of sense of security, it's really hard for therapy to be effective because you might be holding back or you might not want to share. And so thank you for bringing that up. That's definitely something that we have at the forefront of our minds.
And so there's no additional cost to bring in the folks.
And so then the second one is, for the relational work. So you can bring in a family member or a partner at no additional cost. That person doesn't even have to be a City College student. As long as you're enrolled at one class at City, all it takes is one unit. And then you can bring in anyone that you need to work on a relational issue with. So to kind of differentiate, we don't allow for that person to be seen as an individual. But again, if there's relational work that you need to work on with that person, you can bring them in and we'll be happy to see you as a couple or as a as a family, no extra cost.
That's wonderful. And I think finally, Abby, with regard to a duty to report versus not having that duty. So if, for example, somebody approaches me and they want to share something with me, there's certain things that I am mandated to. So can you differentiate that, how you all can take that?
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you, Lori. So confidentiality, as we went over, there is rules, the limits to it. And this will be overviewed in detail with your counselor when the student meets with the counselor. They will go over this, make sure that there aren't any questions. But for those who are listening or attending today, essentially everything you say is secure, is private, with the exceptions of safety. So if you are going to mention anyone under the age of 18 being abused in any way, whether that's emotionally, sexually, or physically, we will, as mandated reporters, have to make a child welfare service referral. And if you disclose a plan to hurt yourself or somebody else, then we would have to we'd have to break confidentiality to keep you and the community safe. So that's an imminent plan and the means to execute that plan. That's very different than having suicidal or homicidal thoughts. I want to kind of normalize that those happen in high stress times. So if you're having thoughts of not wanting to wake up tomorrow, we really highly encourage you to disclose that to your therapist, to come up with ways to make life a little easier for you. That will not be a reason for us to break confidentiality. But if you were like, Abby, I have a plan and I'm going to do it today and this is how I'm going to do it, then of course I would have to step in and to keep you safe. But those are really imminent harm to self and others, and then child abuse. Also should mention abuse of an elderly or disabled person, any vulnerable population that may not be able to advocate for themselves. We would make an adult protective service mandate if we thought that there was abuse being done. But as far as thoughts and feelings go, there's really nothing that you can't share with us. domestic violence is not covered or is covered by confidentiality. So sometimes people feel worried to tell their therapist that they're engaged in what might be an abusive relationship. But please know that just disclosing that you're in an abusive relationship, that you've been hit, that you've been hurt in any way, we won't break confidentiality for that. What we'll do is we'll safety plan with you. We'll give you supportive resources. We'll weigh out your options, but we won't break confidentiality without your written permission to do so.
Well, thank you so much, Abby. We appreciate you all. At San Diego City College, I can tell you in all honesty, I've been there for 23 years, and there is a focus for the entire campus community to be well, mind, body, and spirit. So thank you so much for sharing with us today. Appreciate you very much. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye. So moving on, as in the spirit of wellness, we also have one of the best student health clinics in California and the nation, and it's run also by a really terrific person. And I'd like to invite Dottie Cordell, who is the director, and I'll ask Dottie to take it away.
Okay, am I unmuted?
You are.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for allowing us this time. I'm blurry, aren't I?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah. I don't. Well, at least I'm on camera. And it's making me look better. Anyway, welcome students. I'm so glad that the campus gave us some time. In hearing everything that mental health told you, you've gotten a pretty good idea of what is covered with your health fee. And I sure hope that you see that you have a lot. For $20, you've got the care of wonderful therapists. And I want you to know that we have, in this COVID period, even though we're virtual, we are here, we set our alarm clocks, we show up when the clinic opens virtually, and we start reaching out to students and answering the telephone and answering emails if people need our help. I, like Lori, most people at City, they come and they never leave because it's our home. So Lori's been here 23 years, I've been here 20. Our physician, we have a female physician, Dr. Debbie Carroll, and she's been with us 19 years. Our nurse practitioner, Debbie Helm, has been here over 22. And we have another nurse practitioner, Michelle McCurdy, who's been here in the district at least 13 years. So these are experienced practitioners, folks, and I'm hearing in all venues of my life about people that are having trouble getting into a telemedicine appointment, or there's a wait, or they don't feel comfortable. You will see that we are here, we're available, and we want to be seeing you. And everything that the mental health folks said about the confidentiality and the security of the video appointment holds for us too. Let's see. The video that they showed was also great. You saw Merjaz Rivers, who is our professional assistant in the front office, and she'll be the one that will pick up your phone call or your message and maybe your first contact with student health. And between you guys can decide whether you think you can handle your questions and would prefer to on the telephone, or if you have an infected finger or something and you need to hold that up to the camera for the doctor to get a better idea. And again, you'd be surprised how many things that skilled doctors and nurse practitioners can get by you showing it on the camera. A whole lot of what medicine and nursing is includes what you can tell us verbally, the history of what's going on with you. So there's the physical looking at it, but there's also the history of how it happened, how long it's been that way, etc. I want to second what mental health said, and I just, in a friendly way, will challenge anybody that's on any of these calls, if we were all being 100% honest, that I think all of us need some mental health support during this once in a century, once in a lifetime pandemic. One halfway okay thing that may fall out of this pandemic is that maybe some of the stigma of saying, hey, I need help with my spirit, with my mind, with my head. I hope that everyone can realize that that's not a unique thing. So I urge you to reach out to mental health or student health, most especially because this is a medical pandemic, a virus. There are times, maybe at least once or twice a week, where I get something that back in the normal world, in the pre-COVID world, I would have said, oh, that's my allergies, or that's a tickle in my throat. But I'm sure some of you have gotten some symptom of fatigue or worry that you're losing your taste and smell, or some sort of symptom that you've heard about COVID, and you'd love to kind of talk it over with a doctor or a nurse practitioner. So we've got a protocol and can help direct you via what we talk about, and kind of let you know, yeah, I think you maybe want to get tested, or I don't know, I think you're doing all right for now, call me back tomorrow. And also, I just want to tell you something. I've been in San Diego since 1988. I've heard about 211 since its creation, and I never knew how rich it was. Certainly you can call 211 and find out all the things they do, but we may direct you to 211, and even now you could Google www.211.com or .org, and you would not believe all they offer. And you can get into 211 if we tell you that we think we'd like you to get a COVID test. You can find out which is the nearest one to you. By punching in your zip code, it'll let you know where the closest one is, and hopefully that it is free. So again, I think there's lots of questions about COVID. I could spend this whole virtual welcome week telling you, wanting you to believe and hoping that you believe that this is a real thing. There is so much misinformation out on the news that I have never seen, with the swine flu that we had back in 2009. I've never seen so much information with SARS, or when we had the Ebola scare. There is so much misinformation. And all I can tell you is to please listen to doctors, nurses, your professors, people that have studied the science, and know that this is real, folks. This is a respiratory spread illness that we need to stay 6 feet apart, wear our masks, wash our hands. And as much as we are all starting to hate it, we have to hunker down and try to fight this to get the cases down so that we can get this virus under containment. And we'll be certainly, as time goes on and hopefully a vaccine is developed, trying to educate different populations at City College that may have a lot of reservations about getting vaccinated, what that means, and why they may not have trust in that. And so we understand various reservations that you may have, but we hope to inform you, again, with hard science about this disease. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the talk, mental health care covered it so well. We are completely confidential also. Nothing is disclosed to administration or your professor. It's against the law based on health information privacy for us to even say that you poked in for 2 seconds to find out if the clinic's open to give you a Band-Aid. And know also that the entire campus is working with public health and with scientific experts to open when we can, when it is safe. We want to be with you as much as we think you want to be on campus. So please know that is something that the presidents and the vice presidents and all the leadership and all the faculty at City are working on. Is there anything that something important I've left out, Lori?
You know, Dottie, no, thank you so much for that presentation, and in particular about COVID-19. And we are all hearing a lot of misinformation. And I know that everybody in our college district is grateful that you are bringing the facts as they exist, and the importance of, you know, wearing a mask, washing your hands, social distancing and things. So that's really important, because a lot of students, they yearn, just like we do, to go back to campus. So we are all we must do what we must do to be safe, to be well, to, you know, be our brothers and sisters keepers. I wanted to ask you a couple things, that if a student would come and let's say they have bronchitis, or you're able to, and they don't have the money for medication, can you talk about like how your center is so terrific at helping?
Thank you, Lori. I forgot to mention that. Yes, students, we know that money is very tight. We know that for you to get that $20 health fee in addition was a struggle. We've been here, again, most of us around 20 years. We know that it would be a struggle for some of you to get $5 together for the antibiotic. So if we, let's say, send you to Quest Lab to get a $4 strep throat swab, and that's positive, and then you need a course of antibiotics from us, we will find a way to get that to you, and we will worry about the money later. Because you paid the $20 health fee, we wish that we could give you everything else free, but our budget doesn't allow it. So if your antibiotic costs us $5.15, then we charge you $5.15. So there's never a desire to profit off of it. We give you the services at cost. And if you, certainly now, this is a whole other world of unemployment. So many millions are unemployed. If you've lost your job, we will take care of you with antibiotics. We don't want you to be sick. And we will write you an IOU. And we'll worry, you know what that means, that it's somebody giving you a piece of paper to remind you, oh, by the way, I owe the student health clinic, you know, $14 maybe, and you pay us when you can. And what is great about us is we are here just for students. So if you need to see us today, you're going to see us today on the phone or on a telemedicine appointment, and you're going to get taken care of. So there won't be waits or delays. Like maybe if you called a clinic right now, they maybe couldn't get you until Wednesday because they're so busy, but we will see you promptly. We will make sure somehow that meds get ordered for you and that you're able to try to get better, for sure. Thank you, Lori. The money isn't important to us. We're just gonna, you know, we can't do it all free for say 14,000 students, but on an individual basis, we just say, okay, you don't have the money, but you gotta have antibiotics for this bacteria.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why we thought it was so essential to begin our Welcome Week in the morning sessions and in the afternoon sessions with wellness, because so many students are struggling, with form of depression. They may or may not know it. It's so important for students to know that this resource at San Diego City College, it's free. You can go out on to in the private sector and have to pay hundreds of dollars to get a session, but I just can't even echo enough, and same with the Student Health Clinic, that we care about you, mind, body, and spirit. We want to make sure that you are well, that you have food, that you have whatever you need to be successful in your higher ed journey. So these are the caring people that giving a face to what you do. Dottie?
Absolutely. And will Marciano or someone else be speaking specifically about food, or?
You may, absolutely, I invite you to.
Okay, so students that are listening, we know even before the pandemic that when we question City College students, that about, I can't remember the exact number, but it's large, 44, 48, 52% of City College students, they may not be hungry this minute, but they're not quite sure where their next meal is going to come from. And that's called food insecurity. And a number of students are also housing insecure. So we want you to know, just like with mental health, we may not have an answer right away, but we've worked here a long time, and we can try to plug you in with lists of where food is offered out in the community. And soon at City College, we're going to be able to resume our food distribution events in a safe, socially distanced, contact-free way. Because Lori and I are definitely on the same page. How can you do well in school if you are hungry, you are stressed out that you might have COVID, and that anxiety is making you immobilized? It's really hard to do well if you don't have health. And so we're very honored that we're given this place on the agenda to talk about reaching out for, no matter how small or big the question is, we will try to find a resource for you. By the way, all summer long, I've gotten emails sent back to me from different people at the district or on campus with students wondering why they have to pay a health fee because they said the clinic's closed. And I sure hope with this last 30 minutes of talking from mental health and student health that you really realize we are not closed in any way. We are virtual, but we'll darn well jump through hoops to get you everything that we can in this virtual world.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dottie, for your wonderful and informative presentation. I guess I'll see you in the afternoon session, but thanks again for joining us.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good day. So we are transitioning into our next presenter, who I don't see here just yet, but while we're doing that, I would love to share with you some of the things that we are doing this week. And I can share. For Welcome Week this week, these are some of the things that you can anticipate. We are having counselors present. We'll have financial aid folks present so that if you have questions about financial aid, they'll be there to help you and be able to give you resources to contact them after their presentation. We also have our outreach department who will be doing information sessions on what they call City Compass and also City Ready. So that's a treat on Monday and Friday. You'll be able to access. Additionally, our Associated Students Government is going to be speaking. And so if you're interested in joining ASG, we'd love for you to join us. We are looking for more officers for the upcoming year, and the president will be presenting tomorrow. We also have currently existing so many different clubs that we have student clubs that will be facilitating some of these sessions throughout Welcome Week. We have Math Tutorial Center, we have the English Center, and we also have our tutorial center that has multi-subject matters need assistance. We also have a scholarship presentation. So with money being so tight in this economy, scholarships are a great way to help you with your costs of higher education. We have our library. Like Dottie said, we are all virtually open right now. We have our DSPNS department, which is run by Bree Kennedy, who will be joining us next. We have our Moja program that is so phenomenal. They also have a student club. So we have an LGBTQ presence, not only on campus, but district-wide, and you'll be hearing very shortly from the person who runs that. I see that our presenter was gracious enough to join us a little bit before time. So if you're ready, Bree, let me know and I will hand it over to you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lori. I am going to get started. I'd actually like to share a video to first give students an overview of the disability support programs and services available here at City College. And my wonderful colleagues created this brief video overview. So let me, hopefully technology works for me, and let's get it started. I'm going to share my screen, Lori, one second.
Thank you.
And then let me know, Lori, if the audio is working, if you can hear the audio. If not, I will have to.
Okay, thank you. Oh, no audio just yet.
Okay. Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, darn it. So sorry, bear with me here.
No worries. We are all new to, everybody's transitioned to virtual world and we're just doing our best. So thank you so much. Please, you have the floor.
Okay, let's see.
Take your time, Bree.
Okay. Thanks, I'm so sorry.
And while we're waiting for Bree to get her sound, and it's well worth the presentation and well worth the wait. As we're just waiting for that, some of the other things that I was telling you that was happening, we have some of these support services at San Diego City College that are, willing, ready, and able to get you going, to assist you, to support you. As I said earlier, our mantra is students first. And so it's our sincere desire to give you, the students, an ultimate student experience. Whether you're a new student or a returning student, Some of what you'll hear this week, I think, is probably having a welcome week. This has been the most informative one, even when we were in person, because we're all still right now, and it's something that's programmed just for you. Your success is instrumental, and it is what helps us to design programming specifically for you.
All right, Lori, we're just going to roll with it, if you don't mind. I can't figure out my computer audio situation, so I will share the video in the chat so that students can watch it and also meet other members of the DSPS team. But my name is Bree Kennedy, and I am the chair and coordinator of Disability Support Programs and Services here at City College. So you might be thinking, what does the DSPS department do for students, and what students do we serve? So just to give you a little bit of information, we serve students with both permanent and or temporary medical conditions or disabilities, a very broad array of different disability or condition categories, not just students with physical health, but also we serve students with mental health conditions, students who are deaf, hard of hearing, learning disabilities. So maybe you had an IEP or a 504 in high school. So if you did, you would be eligible for our services. And then we also serve students that, let's say, have a temporary condition. So let's say you fell down and broke your dominant hand, and now you're having difficulty writing, and you're in a math class. So, maybe you need some extra time to take your exam, or maybe a little bit of extra time to complete your assignments. So we provide a number of different types of accommodations for students, and it's really individualized based on what the student's need is. So we do have some pretty common types of disabilities, like I mentioned, the extended time on testing or extra time on your tests. And then also we provide referrals or actually connections, I should say, with like our tutoring services and one-on-one tutoring on campus. And then we also provide individualized counseling services to students, educational planning, helping students pick classes that are based on their learning styles, and also career goals that align with that as well. So pretty much many of the same services that you get within general counseling, if you connect with our office, we can provide that. And in addition to the supports within the classroom. So in the high school setting, the accommodations are known as the IEP or the 504 plan. And here in the college setting, they're called accommodations. So sometimes students aren't familiar with the terminology, but we also really encourage you, if you feel like you have a need for our services, that you connect with us, because I always tell students it's just another resource in your tool belt as a college student, and it's better to have the services available to you and be connected, and not need them, to then get yourself in a position where you need them and then you don't have them established yet. So we definitely want students to connect. You can find all the information you need on our website, which is a pretty short one, www.sdcity.edu/DSPS. So that's where you can go to find the application to apply for our program. That's the other difference between high school and college services. In high school, the services kind of follow you, and you don't really have to reach out and connect, each year. But here at the college, we need you to connect with us in order for us to know that you're requesting the services or in need of the services. The other thing that's really helpful about our services is we work a lot with the students and also their professors. So if you need support in kind of having a liaison between you and your professor about what your learning needs are, we can help support you in that as well. So that's just a little kind of brief overview about the DSPS services here at City. And then I also wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about a new club that we just established, that some great student leaders had really wanted to get started here on campus. And that is a disability club for students. And also we are applying to be a part of the Delta Alpha Pi, which is the National Honor Society for Students with Disabilities, and really focusing on recognizing disability achievement and kind of the high academic achievement of students within the disability community, and then focusing a lot of our work and club work on connecting students to each other, of course, having a lot of fun, but doing advocacy work and for students with disabilities, and really just making City College and the community a more accessible, inclusive environment for all students. So you'll be hearing more about that as we come up. I know we're going to have Club Rush, I think, coming up. And so we'll have other opportunities to share about that. But if you want to connect with the DSPS program and or the club, please do check out our website, and all of our contact information is there. So you can call us, you can email us, or you can submit just an online appointment request. So it's pretty easy to connect. So I think that's it. Lori, thanks again for giving me time. I am going to put in the chat the link to the video, which gives a broader overview of all the services that are available to students.
May I ask a question, Bree? So what if you went to high school and you were never identified as somebody that needed disability support services? How does a student connect? Like, what's the process for that?
Yeah, thank you so much. That's a great question. So in addition to appointments for students that already have documented or verified disabilities or medical conditions, we do offer consultation appointments for students that don't have documentation, so that you can meet with a counselor and they can work with you and connect you with the resources to get connected with our program. Also, we do offer learning disability testing. So for students that have, maybe if you've struggled maybe in one subject like reading and writing, or you found that you've really struggled kind of throughout your education within math, we have a learning disability specialist that works with our program, and she does learning disability testing for students. Currently, right now in the remote learning, the LD testing or learning disability testing is not possible in this format. But what we're doing is we're having students that are wanting to get tested connect with our learning disability specialist, and then she's meeting with the students and doing it kind of a self-assessment. And then if you're determined eligible, we'll provide you with provisional or temporary accommodations for the semester in this remote learning environment to make sure that students are still getting what they need. But yeah, so even if you don't have any documented kind of past disability diagnosis or information, we would still want to talk to you, and we still are able to serve you and connect you with the support. So thanks for bringing that question up.
One more question, if I may, Bree. So, what if I am entitled? It's discovered that I'm entitled to your services. Does everybody know? Who knows about that? And how does my faculty or my teacher, my professor, know to provide me accommodations?
Yeah, good question. So again, another big difference between high school and college is all the disability information is confidential at the college. So we never disclose any information about your diagnosis or your condition or anything. We really leave that up to the students. If the students feel like they have a connection with their professor and they want to share more information, they can. But what we provide is a letter that states the student's name, student ID, and then all the accommodations that you're authorized. So it really focuses more on the supports and the tools that you need, but it doesn't share anything about your personal condition or disability status, other than that you are registered with our department and you are authorized by law to receive these services in the classroom. So that's another really important difference between high school and college. And I find that students really appreciate kind of that, the confidentiality and the autonomy on their own to be able to connect with the professor and share as much information as they want or do not want to share.
Thank you so much, Bree. I really appreciate you being here to give the information about your program and services, as well as the new club. We're excited. Thanks again. We appreciate you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And now we're going to transition to our counseling department, and I'd like to introduce Georgina Garcia, and she is the department chair in counseling. So without further ado, Georgina, I am going to spotlight you and take it away.
Okay, thanks, Lori. Hi, everybody. Welcome to City College. My name is Georgina Garcia. I'm the department chair of our counseling and personal growth department. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of our counseling department, on behalf of our counselors, and let you know how excited we are to have you join our campus. Those of you that are coming back, welcome back to the fall semester. We're excited to see you again as soon as we possibly can. See you through Zoom, obviously, since we can't see you on campus and in person, but any way we can help you, in any way we can meet with you, that's what we're here for. I just wanted to share a little bit about what we do. We provide academic, career, transfer, and personal counseling for our students here at City College. We provide the services for all of our students. We do have programs here on campus, such as EOPS, DSPS, that do service students as well in counseling, but we also provide services for other students that would need our help. We primarily focus on academic and career. We want to make sure that you know what it is that you want to do when you grow up, so that way we can identify the correct courses that you will need to help you reach your goal. But even if you don't know what you want to be when you grow up right now, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly okay. There's a lot of classes that you could take to help you explore, to help you learn about yourself, learn about your values, and try to make those connections with possible careers, things that you're going to want to be able to do in your life. We want you to be able to reach your career goals, find the job of your dreams. You know, when you have a career, it's like you're not working, right? You're basically enjoying your life and enjoying your job. We want you to love what you do. And so we're here to help you identify that and then put you on the right path to help you meet whatever those goals are, whether you choose a career right out of that takes you a vocational career where you take courses here at City College and then you join the workforce right after you graduate from City, or whether you choose a career that will require you to transfer to a four-year university and beyond to be able to do that kind of work. So we're excited to have you here. I do want to share with you our website. Can I share screens, Lori?
Absolutely, yes.
So I'm going to share our website to kind of help show you how to get started with our services here at City College. We do understand that it's been tough to see a counselor this summer. Unfortunately, we've had some challenges with just our services and our staffing. So we want to let you know that we do hear you. We do know that you're trying to get in to see us. We're doing the best that we possibly can in this new environment to service all of you, to provide services for all of you. We're trying to get creative to make sure that we reach as many students as possible. But really the best place you want to start is right here on our website. It gives you information that you need to help you connect with a counselor. If you are a brand new student to City College, we would want you to complete our new student education planning workshop, which is a course that's offered through our Canvas learning management system. So for more information on this workshop, you click on the Counseling Workshops website, which is another hyperlink to our department page. And you just kind of read a little bit about here. This particular page shows you a little bit about what the Ed Planning Workshop is. We do want you to also complete our new student online orientation before you complete our workshop, just to give you some information, help you get started, so that when you jump into our workshop, some of that information will be familiar. You would have seen it already in the orientation. Certainly when you view the orientation, there might be some questions that are generated that you think about. So you might be able to find those answers in our education planning workshop. What you are going to need to help you with the workshop is to obtain your math and English milestone levels, which is basically your placement scores, your English and math placement scores, to determine what level of English, what math and English classes you should start with. And I just have a screenshot here of how to find your milestones on your portal. So on your portal, a lot of information you can actually find in your My SDCCD portal. There's a lot of resources there. It just takes some time to kind of navigate through it. Look through all the links, click on all the hyperlinks so that you know what everything is about and what kind of information you can get. On the bottom of your portal, the bottom right side, you'll see this section, this widget called My Success Path. Here's where you find information about what your goal is, at least what you stated on your application, what your goal is, what your major is, which catalog year you're following, meaning when you first started here at City College. There's also some great hyperlinks here. So there's the one to help you find your milestone levels, your placement levels for English and math. But this one, My Education Plan, is a great tool that you can use because it actually lists the courses that you need for your major and your general education in order to get your degree. A lot of it might be confusing at first when you go through it, so that's why it's important to come and see a counselor. There's also different things that maybe we can do with your education plan. Some classes might double count, meaning courses in your major might also fulfill general education requirements. But at least by going into your education plan in your portal, you can get kind of a good idea, kind of a start, right? What courses you need to take, especially if you're having a difficult time coming in to see us or scheduling an appointment. This is a great place to kind of get started and to give you an idea. It does list basically, like for your major, all the courses that you need for your major. So it's just a matter of selecting those courses when you're picking classes for the fall semester or in the future. When you're ready to apply for graduation, this is where you want to do it. There's a link here, apply for graduation. You can view your graduation status. If you're transferring in coursework, if you attended a college previous to the City College, you can view the coursework that got transferred in and what kind of credit you got. So this again is in your portal, kind of on the bottom right section of your page. But there's a lot of other resources as well in your portal that you can really utilize. There's one called My Planner, where you can actually start working on your semester by semester plan, like kind of outlining what courses you'll be taking each semester. You definitely would want to see a counselor to help work with you to put together your planner. That way you can get an idea like the next 2 years or the next 3 years or however long you decide to stay with us at City College. But it'll give you a really good idea of like what classes you want to take each semester. So anyways, when you're ready to get started with the workshop, you just click here and it'll take you right to the new student education workshop page on Canvas. You don't have to have a Canvas account. This is a public course. So all you need to do is click there. You're going to go through all these different portals. We recommend that you go through each portal one at a time. So you start with the first one and then you work your way through. The Welcome Start Here portal, it's great. We have a lot of videos available for you. One of our counselors, Jose Enriquez, created an amazing video to help you get started, welcoming you to City College and to kind of go over some of the basic information you need for this Canvas workshop. So if you are a brand new student and you have not gone through this workshop, even if you're already registered for classes, we do recommend that you still go back and complete the workshop as soon as you get a chance to. To meet with the counselor, if you go back to the counseling homepage, there's different ways you can connect with our counselors. We have our Ask the E-Counselor service, which is basically an email service where you submit an email and then a counselor will respond to it as soon as you can. Unfortunately, we are running about 3 to 5 business days behind in answering emails. So you would have to wait about a week before you get a response, hopefully sooner, but you may have to wait a week. So if you need an immediate answer, then the best thing would be to contact or call our counseling office at this number here. You can also call, email, or this is for our staff, our front staff, our amazing classified professionals who provide a lot of support and make the job for us a little easier. So feel free to email them as well. We do have what are called drop-in sessions, which are basically like quick question kind of sessions. They're 15 to 20 minutes long. Just quick questions like, what happens if I drop my class? I need one more class for this fall semester. What should I take? If you're, for example, if you're disqualified or you have any questions about, like quick questions about financial aid, you can certainly sign up for a drop-in session. The drop-in sessions are available on a same-day basis. And it's a first come, first serve. So the way we're scheduling appointments is through our eSARS electronic scheduling system. For drop-ins, the sessions for that same day, for example, become live at midnight. So like midnight this morning is when you could have gone onto the system to request your drop-in session. And then they're available, all the sessions for that day are available until they're filled up. As I said, they're on a first come, first serve basis. So you can try at midnight, you can wait until like 8 o'clock in the morning, but there's a good chance that they'll all be full. So I recommend that you go into the system at midnight. I know some of you are not awake at midnight or you're working, and I apologize, that's just the way the system is set up, but do what you can to go ahead and get in to schedule a drop-in. Our virtual e-appointments are 1 hour long appointments. In the virtual e-appointments, that's where you would schedule If you want to work on your education plan, you want to review it with the counselor, you want to do a long-term semester by semester plan, there's more time for us to be able to review all this information with you. Those appointments currently are limited because our focus is on helping students with their immediate needs. So we have a lot more drop-in sessions available than we have appointments right now, but more appointments will become available after the add drop deadline, which is August 28th. So if you don't have an immediate need, a question that needs to be answered today, like right now, then I recommend that you wait until mid-September, go back into our website and schedule the live e-appointment. We do have an informed consent statement that we want you to make sure that you carefully read and make sure that you do understand before you request an appointment. And we have some videos here to help you get started. We do have a YouTube channel that we recommend that you subscribe to. On our YouTube channel is all the videos from the education planning workshop. There's videos on how to schedule an appointment. There's videos on how to join Zoom. I mean, all these different things. So we recommend that you take a look at our YouTube channel as well when you get a chance. Lori, how am I doing on time? 4 minutes?
Yeah, you're doing great.
Okay, thanks. So to schedule an appointment, again, you would just click here or to connect with our counselors. Unfortunately, the severe budget crisis that we're experiencing is still impacting our services. So you may experience a delay in seeing a counselor, but we're doing the best that we can to be able to meet with you as soon as possible. You would basically just read the criteria, read the directions, and when you're ready to schedule an appointment, you would just click where it tells you to click. And it would take you to our eSAR scheduling system. You log in and then you select a time that best meets your availability to meet with the counselor. What's really important too is we have a frequently asked questions page. So if you're looking to get just a general question, counseling question answered, especially if you submit an email and you're not getting a response, you may want to check out our frequently asked questions page to see if your question is here and if you can get the answer that you're looking for here. So if you can get the answer that you're looking for here, then hopefully that immediate need will be taken care of. But we do want to see you again. It does slow down for us in like mid-September after the add drop deadline. So if you can't see us right now, certainly come back to our website and we'll have a lot more 1-hour appointments available for you. And we'll be able to meet with you. So take a look. We have personal growth classes available for you that we also recommend that you strongly registered for. If you haven't yet, oh, sorry, we need to update our website. But we do have still quite a few personal growth classes available for you for the fall semester. The main courses that we do offer are Personal Growth 120, College Success, Personal Growth 130, Career and Life Planning, and then our Personal Growth 140. We also have a Personal Growth 110 course, which is the Introduction to College. So go onto the online schedule, take a look at the personal growth classes. These are great offerings. There's some descriptions here that tell you what the courses are about. Again, if this is your first time in college and you have no idea what to expect, 120 is a great course for you to take so that you can learn how to be a successful college student. What are the characteristics of successful college students? If you don't know what you want to be when you grow up, Personal Growth 130 is a great course for you to take to learn more about yourself, your values, your skills, what's important to you, what kind of job you want to have in the future. Would you rather work inside, outside, online, different things like that you'll learn about in the personal growth class. And then our 140 class is excellent for those of you that have a lot going on outside of school. You know, your life is very full. You have kids, you have a job, you have family that you have to take care of. And so our 140 is going to really help you learn some strategies to help you find a balance so that you're successful and that you're successful in your life outside of school. One doesn't have to, you don't have to give up one for the other in order to be successful. So I highly recommend that you take a look at our personal growth classes and register for a course if you're interested. If your semester is already full for this semester, then as far as classes, then seriously consider taking one of our courses in the spring semester. Okay, I think that's all the information I have right now, kind of rushed. But take a look at our website. I will post the link to our website on the chat, in the chat room, and that'll give you a lot of information. But if you have other questions, don't hesitate to call us or email us. And our front team will be happy to assist you. Thanks, Lori.
Thank you, Georgina. That was a really terrific information. Appreciate you so much for coming on and giving such a comprehensive overview of counseling services and the personal growth classes. Thank you so much for attending today, Georgina. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. we get to transition to our next presenter. As many of you know, in this COVID environment, it can be very challenging to maintain fitness. So I am, without further ado, going to introduce Paul Greer, and he is going to be discussing with us today about how to stay fit while learning remotely. Take it away, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori, and it's a pleasure to be on board. Everyone can hear me okay, I would assume.
Yes.
Again, my name is Paul Greer. I'm a professor of health and exercise science here at San Diego City College, and I'm actually in my 31st year of teaching here at City College. I absolutely love City College, and I love the students most of all. So yes, the topic today is how to stay fit while learning remotely. Let me begin by just sharing what the greatest motivation for exercise is. There's a lot of great motivators out there, including just trying to strengthen the heart muscle, trying to keep the calories off, and weight control. These are all great motivators, but the greatest motivation for exercise actually is enjoyment. It's important you enjoy what you do. If you don't like running, then limit that, but do something other than running and do something aerobic that you enjoy doing. If you really like cycling, then do cycling. If you like swimming, I know it's challenging during the COVID, but you find a pool that might be open, or you go to the ocean and swim in the ocean. But whatever it is, find something you enjoy. And the reason that enjoyment is the greatest motivation for exercise is that exercise, there's a perseverance aspect to it. You have to continue doing it every day of your life. It's not like you do it for 3 or 4 weeks and then you get a break. Or here we are in our 16-week semester. We're starting at the end of the fall semester, we're done. And then we have about another 4 or 5 week break, and then we start the spring. Exercise doesn't work that way. Exercise is something you have to do most days of the week. And I'll get into a little bit later what's the ideal, how many days you should be exercising. So I'd like to begin a little bit, since I've talked about enjoyment, and talk about the benefits of exercise. No amount of exercise can guarantee a long life. However, even moderate amounts of exercise, that includes running or cycling or swimming or weight training or anything like that, can improve the likelihood of a healthy life. So it can improve your health, and that's important. Most important, it improves the quality of your life. So you're talking about quantity years of your life, and you're talking about quality years of your life. If you exercise and you're a lifelong exerciser, you will improve the quality years of your life. Along with a positive attitude and a healthy diet, your fitness level plays a major role on how you feel and how you go about every day feeling good and enjoying your life. So here are some benefits of fitness. Number one, it relieves tension and stress. It definitely, exercise reduces your stress level. So during that midterm time and finals time, or when papers are done, you get out and you exercise 20 to 30 minutes. That's going to relieve a lot of stress that's going on other aspects of your life. It also, number two, provides enjoyment and fun. Number three, it stimulates the mind. There's been a lot of studies done, especially at the UC Berkeley, California Institute, that indicate that students perform better in the classroom if they exercise beforehand. And that certainly applies to us in college. So it does stimulate the mind, and you actually think more clearly and think better. Number four, it helps maintain, as I mentioned before, stable weight. Stable your weight, keep your weight balanced. Number five, it will control your appetite. Number six, it really helps your self-image. You feel better about yourself. Almost after you exercise, you look in the mirror, you feel like you've accomplished something, which you have, and you feel better about yourself. When you feel better about yourself, you're more confident, and a confident human being gets a lot of things done. Number seven, it will improve your muscle tone and strength. Number eight, it improves your flexibility. And flexibility becomes very, very important the older we get. So if you were to say what's the most important component of fitness and health, it is cardiovascular health. It's aerobic health. But the older we get, flexibility becomes increasingly more important. So You need to continue stretching. You need to continue staying flexible throughout your life. Number 9, and what it applies to the #1 killer in the United States today, it lowers your blood pressure. So exercise will lower your blood pressure. The #1 killer in the United States today is heart disease. Someone dies every 34 seconds of heart disease in this country. So by lowering your blood pressure, that will have a less likelihood of you getting heart disease. High blood pressure is a form of heart disease, and it's commonly known as a silent killer because people can walk around every second of every minute of every hour of every day of their lives and not realize they have high blood pressure. And with high blood pressure, that's a really bad thing for a heart. Now, your ideal blood pressure should be 120/80, or you might see 110/70. Mild hypertension, or what would be high blood pressure, is 140/90. So you want to monitor that, but exercise lowers that. So exercise will lower your blood pressure. Number 10, exercise relieves insomnia. If you have trouble sleeping, definitely exercise during the day will help you sleep at night. Number 11, it increases your HDL cholesterol. Again, here's another tie-in to heart disease. You got HDL and you get LDL cholesterol. LDL cholesterol is bad cholesterol, where your arteries get clogged up with calcium. But HDL, it flushes out that. So exercise increases that. And then number 12, it prevents diabetes, which is a very important aspect of exercise. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get into exercise itself and how to stay fit while learning remotely. And here's the meat of what I'm talking about today. And I got 8 minutes, so I'll talk about it as quickly as I can. What I'd like you to apply your life to is that you want to be fit. And we have an acronym called FIT, F-I-T. F stands for frequency. It's recommended by the American College of Sports Medicine that you exercise 3 to 5 days a week. So when we speak of frequency, we're speaking of how many days a week. 3 to 5 days a week is the ideal amount of time. So notice I'm not necessarily saying that you have to exercise 7 days a week. Take the pressure off. If you do that, that's great. But 3 to 5 days a week is really what's ideal. Now, if you're trying to lose weight, weight control or weight loss is a goal of yours, then it's going to be more likely 5. You're going to need to put in the work. You need to put in the days. So that would be 5 days a week. But anything between 3 to 5 days a week is what's recommended. Now I, because we're talking about FIT, F-I-T, I stands for intensity. The best way to measure your intensity is by taking your pulse while you exercise. That would be an ideal way to find out your intensity. And what we teach is a method where you take the number 220 and you take your age and subtract that from the number 220. So let's give an example of someone who's 20 years old, which I might have some people on the audience today that's 20. 220 minus 20, which would be 20 years of age, is 200. 200 stands for the maximum exercise heart rate, and that's 200 beats per minute. One should never exercise at your maximum heart rate. However, what's recommended is you exercise at 70% of that. So for someone who's 20, you subtract that from 220, it's 200 beats per minute, which we don't recommend you exercise at. But if you exercise at 70% of 200, that is 140. So you exercise 3 to 5 days a week. When you do exercise, you try to maintain your heart rate at 140 through the duration of your exercise. Now, why do you want intensity? Intensity is important because that's the clearer and the better way to burn off your calories. And it's a much healthier way to monitor your exercise so you don't overdo it, so you can come back each day and do it again. And number 2, it also monitors from a safety perspective, so you don't do too hard too quickly. When you exercise at 140, again, it's 3 to 5 days a week. Now, the last aspect of this, so the FIT principle, is T, and T stands for time. And what we recommend is any American College Sports Medicine recommends anything between 30 to 60 minutes. So again, ladies and gentlemen, here's what it is. It's the FIT principle. We want to be fit. F for frequency, 3 to 5 days a week. Intensity, 70% of your maximum heart rate. And T for time, 30 to 60 minutes. When you start out, because again, we're trying to stay fit while learning remotely. When you start out and you're taking breaks between your classes or whatever else, and you haven't exercised in a while, make sure that you start out in the lower end. Don't do it too much. In fact, I would actually suggest that you exercise at 60% of your maximum heart rate, and you exercise only 30 minutes at a time, or 20 minutes at a time to start out. Again, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that exercise is cumulative. It's cumulative. So, and it's also relative. So where you are today could be totally different 16 weeks from now at the end of the semester. Don't get discouraged. Just keep optimistic. Enjoy your exercise. Enjoy the fresh air. Enjoy just the freedom you have with exercise. I would like to dedicate the last 3 minutes to barriers to exercise, and there's 6 of them. Now, the reason I'm going to give you barriers is that I think if you understand what holds people back generally from exercise, you could then ascertain or try to prevent from doing it yourself. So I started this talk with benefits. I'm going to end this talk with just keeping in mind some barriers. And as you keep this in mind, it's not to make excuses, but it's just to keep in mind that to watch yourself, that if one of these barriers comes up, try to adjust your life to avoid that barrier. Here's number 1. People say that when they don't exercise, they have no time. That's probably the number 1 reason in my 31 years of teaching at City College, when I speak to students and I talk about the importance of exercise, they go, "Hey, coach, I have no time." Well, my suggestion is that you try shorter periods of activity, spread out throughout the day. For example, I said that 30 minutes would be something you want to start exercising. Maybe you do 2 15-minute segments, one in the morning and one in the evening. Cut it. It still counts. It's still going to help you benefit. Number 2, people get too tired. Yeah, but also exercise gives you energy. In fact, it's often a lack of exercise that makes you tired. It's the opposite. When you exercise, you'll get more energy after doing it. Number 3, and I validate this, sometimes people feel embarrassed when they exercise. And people often are, especially at first. But what I will say to you, my brothers and sisters, be proud that you're taking care of your body. That's the key. Be proud of you. And I'm proud of you for doing it if you do it. Number 4, they say that they have no training partner. Now, I agree it's fun to exercise with others. However, if your regular partner quits, then find another one. Or if you don't have one, try to find one. You're also free after COVID to join a fitness club. Or of course, when we start opening up face-to-face, please take a class in the exercise science department. Number 5, bad weather. Now, San Diego's got wonderful weather, but it's too hot sometimes, then exercise in the early mornings or later in the evenings. Lots of people exercise come rain or shine. So try a variety of indoor or outdoor activities. And then number 6, they say it's too costly. I can't afford a gym. Well, in San Diego, ladies and gentlemen, you can exercise outdoors. A low-cost option such as walking or running instead of driving, for example, is the way to go. I'd like to finish up by just sharing that we do teach, or I teach in this semester, Introduction to Kinesiology. It's Exercise Science 241B. Kinesiology is defined as the study of movement. And we have several CRNs, course reference numbers, that if you want to join us. Professor Kathy McGinnis teaches one of those classes, CRN number 40974. And I teach the two other intro to kinesiology classes, 40973 and 40970. Those are course reference numbers. You can still add those classes. We'd be happy to add you within the next 2 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. My time is up. It's 10:30. But I wish you well this semester. Have a great semester and keep exercising, ladies and gentlemen. It's really going to improve the quality of your life. Take care and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Paul, for joining us today. I'll see you in the afternoon, but really love your 6 barriers to keep us from doing what we ought to do to take care of ourselves, and the other FIT principle. Thank you for those resources.
You're very welcome. And I'm looking forward to this afternoon. I'll see you then.
Okay, take care. Have a great day. Appreciate
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And so without further ado, our next presenter is Terry Wilson, and she's our dance instructor extraordinaire. And I am just going to give it to her right now and allow her to spotlight and begin. Thank you so much for joining us today, Terry.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you, Paul, for that wonderful presentation and motivation. And it's perfect for dance to follow that concept of getting connected to your body and staying healthy. And we add in our dance department just the artistic components of who you are as an individual and what you bring to your college experience and to your life. So my name's Terry Wilson, and I'm head of dance at City College. I'm also co-chair for the Visual and Performing Arts. We have an amazing Visual and Performing Arts department. All the departments: photography, graphic design, drama, music, fine art, and dance. So we have some programs here that you can fully invest in. We have an AA degree in performing arts in dance, and we have a certificate of performance. Our courses are designed to train you in many genres of dance, including ballet, global dance traditions, formerly known as ethnic dance forms, tap dance, jazz dance, hip hop dance, and modern dance. We have all of these genres and techniques to train in. We love the beginner. We love all shapes, sizes, ages. We want you all. We put you all on stage. We have a great time. And we have also a most excellent array of faculty who have been professional dancers and dance in professional companies here in San Diego, nationally and internationally. So our teachers that teach at City College have all danced professionally in companies, and some of them have their own companies, so that you have a connection to the dance community. So not only do we provide an amazing experience at City College Dance, we also have a lot of connections to the community in the region and in the state. And other areas as well. We really encourage individuality and creativity in our programs, even though we have, ballet is one kind of form and hip hop is another kind of form. We really invite that individual to come in and explore the way they can use their bodies to express themselves and to move and to connect, to breathe, and to drop into that moment where you feel creative and full. A little bit like what Paul was talking about, like connecting to those endorphins that make us feel great. All right, so I'm Terry Wilson. My background is in modern dance, but I teach a lot of different things here at City College. I teach the introduction to, history of dance 181, which is history class. I teach choreography, I teach improvisation, I teach modern dance primarily, and many other things. Our dance teachers are excellent. Terry Shipman now is teaching ballet. She is formerly with the Jennifer Muller Polarity Company. If you look online for Jennifer Muller, it's a big company in New York City. She is an amazing dance teacher. She teaches ballet at 8 a.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, synchronously on Wednesday. We also have our tap and jazz teacher is Kristen Arcidiacono. She has been a featured soloist with Jazz Unlimited, which was a company here in San Diego back in the late 80s and early 90s. And she was a featured soloist there. She's an amazing tap teacher and jazz dance teacher. She also teaches ballet, and she also is a lecturer at UCSD. We have Dr. Grace Shinhei Jun, PhD, who is our hip hop teacher extraordinaire. She has her own company called BK Soul. She also teaches at UCSD. She's very connected to the company, to the dance community in San Diego. We have Dancin' Zach, Zakia Mailer Salinas, our youngest faculty, who is the daughter of Elva Salinas, teacher who's retired now from City College, and AFT president Jim Mailer's is her father. So we have a perfect example of someone who comes through City College, goes out and gets their 4-year degree in dance, goes out and get their MFA in dance, and then comes back and teaches here at City. Our hearts are full to be able to have her on our roster as beautiful teachers at City College. She has her own company, which is called Disco Riot, and she is very connected to the San Diego dance community and offers lots of opportunities for dancers to explore dance beyond City College, but starting at City College. So she's a perfect example of how community college dance can send you forth into a professional arena, as well as myself. I wanted to go to medical school. Raise your hand if you wanted to go to medical school. And I took my dance class in 1981 at Palomar, which is also a 2-year college. And I took ballet because I never could afford it when I was a little girl. And I fell in love. And here I sit before you as a professor of dance. So you can do that too. At 21 years old, I became a professional dancer by the time I was 26 and enjoyed 17 years of a professional career with Gene Isaac's San Diego Dance Theater, where I am now Associate Artistic Director. So our faculty here in San Diego at City College are very connected to what can happen for you next. So there's a lot of ways of using your dance degree to move forward in San Diego and out into the world of dance. And we are just the perfect program to show you how to do that. We really are experiencing challenging times, but what I've seen with dance programs and ourselves included is just an amazing amount of creativity in these challenging times of COVID. We have a beautiful Seville Theater, which we're not able to use right now, but we have lots of different ideas on how we can move together and create virtual performances and train together and learn and fall in love with dance, which is what we all want you to do. We just want to have you fall in love with dance and to make sure that dance is a part of everything that you do and your artistry comes into that and into your life. Okay, so I wanted to show you a little collage that I made. So I think I can share screen like Lori. I can share this screen with you. I'm gonna show you a video collage of, see if I can do this. Share of the dance performances at City College, so you can get a feeling of what it's like under normal circumstances. Hopefully this will go. Here we go. Oh, and I guess there's no music. Hang on, here we go. Play. All right. Okay, you can't really hear the music. It doesn't matter. So each of what you're seeing here is like a collage of the different things that we put on stage, the costumes, the lighting, the happiness, the joy that happens when you get really brave and put yourself out there. What you're seeing now are many beginner dancers. Some dancers are almost professional level and some dancers are beginners. And they are all invited. You can see some beautiful technical design here in the Seville with projections on the back screen. You'll see partnering, which we're not allowed to do right now. Here's one of our hip hop casts. Look at our beautiful dancers from City College, all shapes, sizes, and ages. There's an intimacy there. You can see the tenderness of this performance. And let's see what's next. More incredibly athletic hip hop dancing and expression of individuality. Unbelievable. Here, this one you can see in the background is water. This is called Currents, exploring the different movement of water. This is Tabula Rasa, choreographed by Gene Isaacs, 1986, a professional level performance. And here we have one of Debbie Toth, who is now retired now. Beautiful dance, beautiful costumes, beautiful lighting. This one's called The Fight. You can see he's got gloves on, fighting gloves, boxing gloves. And here, looking at our friends, hip hop dancing, so much joy, so much passion, individuality, creativity. And And inclusivity, we have everybody. We want everybody on there. And there you can see like a little architecture of a house, a little bit of a humor there. We have it all at City College. It's an amazing program. Very exciting, very inclusive. This year, when we do this, it will be a virtual performance. And that is our dance class called 271A or 271D. And what will happen is you can enroll in those classes, and we will work with different students to cultivate their dance talent, but maybe they can sing, and maybe they can ride a unicycle, or maybe they can water ski. We're going to try to get footage of all different kinds of movement and celebrate how everybody can do all different kinds of things, and it can all be woven into a performance art and dance experience. I just want to show you one more thing. This is filmed on the City College campus, and it gives you a better idea of how something virtual might happen. And that would conclude what's happening for me in this presentation, which went very fast. So here we have some choreography by Emily Sutherland, who just finished her AA degree in dance. And this will probably wrap up my presentation, but this is an example of what you can do without being in a dance studio, without being on stage, without having fancy lights. Oh, there's some beautiful lights just provided by nature. Some videography skills, we'll learn some of those. We'll learn to look at dance in different sites as an opportunity for performance. As you can see, Emily's by herself, right? A lot of us are dancing by ourselves, but there's ways of doing this. There's ways to be creative. Emily came back onto the campus and used the isolation and solitariness of the campus after COVID-19 and created this beautiful film. In our choreography class, this was an assignment for choreography 253, which is offered in the spring. So if you remember from the other film, you saw the lighting design and the projections on the back. And so now we see that all provided by nature on our beautiful campus at City College, sort of a celebration of what is and what will be. Now, she's quite a good dancer, so don't be discouraged, because everybody can move. Everybody has a body, and everybody can move. And as you can see, the trees are moving. You can be inspired by everything that's around you. So it's all tools for us to be creative and to celebrate our individuality. So I really invite you to consider taking a dance class, even if it's the first one you've ever done in your life. I was 21 when I took my very first dance class, and I was an athlete, all conference athlete in high school, so I liked to move anyway, and I couldn't sit still. So dance was a perfect place for me to continue to get to know myself as a mover on the planet, which is also moving. You might notice some gestures that we call pedestrian movement, walking, different gestures that she does with her hands. Yes, she is dancing. She's beautiful, but all of those things are also considered movement and part of our art form. We call it pedestrian movement. And at City College, we really invite you all to connect to your creativity. So I have one more minute, I think. I want to make sure that that doesn't come back on. Hang on, let me go back out here. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, that concludes my presentation, and I welcome back Knights. Welcome back to your individuality, and thank you so much for listening. Please email me, T. Wilson at sdccd.edu. T. Wilson, super easy. All right, have a great semester and see you in the dance Zooms. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you so much, Terry. And that was just so eloquent. That was so creative, and it was stunningly beautiful. And that's what you expect when you're walking around City College and you walk past the dance classes. Oftentimes, students are just out trying to perfect and create their dances. It's really, and they're out there. And like Terry said, doesn't matter. It's such a diverse population at City. So size, age, gender, anything, it doesn't matter, because everybody belongs there. And it's such a wonderful thing to watch them to practice and create and everything in motion in live. So thank you so much, Terry. We really appreciate you today. Take care. Have a great day. All right. And without further ado, we have Doc Rivera, who's going to be our next presenter to discuss EOPS and personal growth classes. So without further ado, Doc, we are handing it to you.
So, so we're not having the breakout rooms and all that kind of thing? Isn't that what I did last time?
No breakout rooms. We're just, each presenter has 15 minutes to share, to talk.
Okay. Okay. Well, then, okay. So it looks to me, using the theory that I come from in EOPS, in the educational way of connecting with students and faculty, I'm just seeing here that, do we have like one student? Is that who we're talking with today?
Actually, Doc, this is being televised through our live YouTube channel.
Oh, so there's a whole bunch of people that I just don't know who's here. Is that right?
Correct. That's correct.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome everyone. So I'm Doc Rivera. I go by Doc as short for Dr. Rivera. One of the things I do with that is just to be a little more friendly, and also it's a name that reflects a vision for what you all can do if you choose to, which is basically to just be who you are, develop all that you can to be yourself. So I'm going to start off with EOPS, Educational Opportunity Program Services. It's a program that's designed specifically to go above and beyond what other counseling and student services provide our students. So I'm going to say that again, to go above and beyond. So whatever happens to you everywhere else in the college, when you come to our program, if there's something else that you can see for yourself that would relate to your desire, to your feeling, to your attitude, something that what you can think, is there something else that I can do to be more successful, to be more happy, to be more joyful at City College, then EOPS is going to respond to you. So for example, some students with many of the offices are really busy and doing the best they can to do what they do. But then some students just feel a little uncomfortable finding another office on campus. They've been referred to the office, but they're a little uncomfortable getting there. So in EOPS, we do everything we can to find a way to walk right over there with you, to introduce you to someone, to actually have them shake your hand and smile at you, so that you don't feel as like a stranger walking around in this big set of buildings. And then also in EOPS, we have a certain amount of counselors to student ratio. So it's easier sometimes to get an appointment with us. It doesn't take as long. And there's more flexibility for us sometimes to work with you on the schedule that you need. Again, our attitude is like, let's forget about what's going on, what the normal experience is at City, and let's see what else we need to do to be creative, to be innovative, to meet you where you're at with who you are. So that's EOPS. There you also get a book grant to help you with your books. You also have priority enrollment. So that means that when classes are starting to close, and that you actually have a time where you can enroll early in the enrollment period and have a more higher probability to get the classes and the schedule that you want is best for your life your life journey at that point during that semester. So that's kind of what I would say about EOPS. There also we have a program called Next Up, which really focuses on foster care students, and another program called CARE, which is that has its own set of requirements, but one that kind of helps you decide, hey, should I look at that? Should I be interested in that? Do you have children? So there's more requirements, but I don't work in that program. But since it's close to us and part of us, I just thought I'd mention it. Let's see. Then personal growth. So for personal growth, there we have 4 different kinds of classes: personal growth 110, 120, 130, and 140. And so 120 is basically a class that helps you to develop your study skills, just learning the culture of college environment. What kinds of things should you be doing, would be good for you to do in order to be successful? What are the skills just to be successful in the culture of college? And so even things from just like, how do you manage yourself? Now, for example, in that class, every teacher is different, of course, but I make a difference between managing yourself and manage time. Because I think that time is hard to manage, but it's a lot easier to manage myself and then be on time. So little things like that make a huge difference in our lives. We go a little deeper with that in Personal Growth 120, learning how to take notes, learning how to listen more carefully, learning how to speak to a professor, becoming familiar with the college terminology, like how do you calculate a grade point average, for example. Just some of the rules and regulations and process of the college. What happens if you want to change your grade and repeat a class and have a grade taken off your transcript, for example? Are many things that just introduce you to the college culture and how to be successful in it. Then 130 is a career focused class. I teach Personal Growth 130 also, and there you learn how to develop some tools that you can use for a lifetime. So when you're 20, when you're 35, when you're 45 and on, what do you do to navigate the world of work, the world of careers? How can you be among that percentage of people that's actually really happy in what they do, so that you're not one of those people who get a good college education, even have a nice job? Maybe you're a psychologist or a medical doctor or a lawyer, or maybe you're a nurse, or maybe you're an electrician, or maybe you work in construction, or maybe you work in the restaurant tourist business. But are you happy there? Are you fulfilled? So what are the kinds of things that a human being can start to do as a young person? And of course, at City College, we have many ages coming to our classes. So at any stage in your life, what are the tools that you can use to be sure you're going to be navigating the world of work, the culture of work successfully? So that's kind of an introduction to career planning in terms of Personal Growth 130, career management over a lifetime. Starting now at City College. Oh, I just like to say, like, how can you make your English class relevant to your career right now? Now we can say, yeah, I know English is going to help me get a degree, and that degree is going to help me get my career. But what if you were to say, hey, I can see how I can relate the values where I want to really help somebody. That's my clear value. Or another person might say, my clear value, the thing I care about most is achieving in life. So different values. Now, how do you make your English paper relate to those values on any subject, or your chemistry class, or your biology class? If you can make those connections, then your education comes alive, and you begin to build your career very intentionally right now. So anyway, there's just a lot of skills that you learn in Personal Growth 130. And then Personal Growth 140 is where you go real deep into yourself. Like, who are you? What are your dreams? What has happened in your life to traumatize you, even just a little bit, so that you get nervous when you take a test? That's most of us. I still get nervous. So I've been working myself all my life, and I'm better at it than I used to be, much better. And so what are the tools that you can use to develop and free the inner you as a young person? How can you have better relationships with your friends? And people that are generally just starting college, relationships is really important to them. And that's what the research shows. So how can you develop healthy, solid friendships? How can you improve your communication? How can you feel what other people feel better so you understand them better? How can you learn to study more deeply? So let me see. Lori, how much more time do I have left?
You have about 5 minutes.
Okay, so I'm going to give you this one example because it's just so exciting. Think of this. So you think of a time when you went down the road and somebody cut in front of you and how you reacted to that. Or think of a time when you had something really fun happen to you. Maybe you had your first person that you really liked or really liked you and you liked them and you had all these really pleasant things. Or you had a birthday party at home, something happened to you at home that was just really cool. Just for a minute. Now realize that you didn't have to study to remember that. Let's think about that. You can tell every detail of what happened to you years later. Sometimes you can even remember the smells of the environment in which it happened. Why is that? Why does our brain turn on for life that way? And yet when we get in a classroom or study at home, it seems like we're just pounding our head to try to remember what we're reading. Like how many times do you read and go, oh, I gotta read that again. What did I just read? So in Personal Growth 140, you go into the deeper inner self and learn to heal the things that are these blocks to our dreams and to our potential. And I just have to share with you the way that I'm conducting this lecture right now is not what I do in Personal Growth 140. This is called the banking form of education, where you dump things into people's head and then maybe they can put it out on a test. So in personal growth and in the whole college, we're learning to be more equity minded. How do we teach and relate to students where they're at, where they come from? So each of you have come from different places in life. And we at City College are working on new research based on equity and social justice. We are learning how to honor, how to use your knowledge, even if it's not school knowledge, knowledge from home, knowledge from culture, your vision, the vision that your community has for you and that you have in relation to your community. Whether you're Black or whether you're Latino, Chicano, or Hispanic, whether you're Asian or Pacific Islander, or whether you're white, it doesn't matter. We care about every single cultural point of reference. And the research shows everyone learns differently, has different visions, different dreams. In Personal Growth 140, you'll learn more how to work with all the tools of human nature so that you can be all that you can dream of yourself being, and even releasing and freeing some of the dreams that might have been already suppressed or even forgotten. So with that, I'll just say welcome to City College, and it's such an honor to be your servant, to think of myself as serving you, because without you, I don't exist. Thank you all. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you so much. Doc, that was so inspirational. I really appreciate you today. As you can see, we have such caring professors here at San Diego City College. They really care about the entire person. And thank you for that personal growth promotion there, Doc. We'll see you a little bit later this afternoon, but thank you so kindly. So we're transitioning. Next up, we have Sophia Loren. She is department chair of our political science and history department. And without further ado, Sophia, I am going to send it your way. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody, and I'm very happy to be here, and thank you very much, Lori, for the introduction. And if I can share my screen, may I?
Yes, yes, you may.
And As you already know, my name is Sophia Lorraine, and I'm very happy to welcome you to City College History and Political Science Department. I am a department chair of History and Political Science Department, and I'm also a professor of history and your guide on a journey into the fascinating world of history and political science. I want you to know from the start that our history and political science very talented and enthusiastic instructors care about our students and care about their teaching. We are here to help and support you, and we will strive to make sure you feel safe and respected in our classrooms. Our classes will provide you with broad knowledge of the world and will offer you different perspectives on people, societies, and politics around us. And first of all, I wish you success in reaching your goal. Many people think that history is a boring subject. So why study history? Why concern ourselves with anything beyond the range of our time? And another question is, why history matters? Well, within the last 500 years, our world has been connected together physically by the amazing advances in technology. However, has mankind been united politically? We are still strangers to each other in our local way of life. 2 world wars, the events of September 11, present worldwide anxiety, tension, and violence tells the tale. Mankind can destroy itself if we don't learn about each other, about each other's ways of life, and appreciate each other's history. We don't live just in immediate presence. We live in a mental time stream, remembering the past and looking forward to a future with hope and fear. So history matters to us because history is a story of us. It defines us, who we are, where we have been, where we are going. History is also the window into the past, but it is the key to understanding the present. You can apply information from the past to analyze and solve problems in the present. History and political science gives us understanding of other people and other cultures. History and political science also gives you the tools we need to be informed citizens. And it's especially important now because it is an election year. History is also a mystery. History gives us the excitement of discovery. It challenges us to think outside the box. It also develops skills and background for observation and analysis of our world. History and political science will provide you with the necessary knowledge to have intelligent conversations with other people. Also, history is fun. For example, if you like to watch movies, Hollywood loves history. Just to show you a few examples. If you like to play video games love history too. Again, just a few examples here. So if you want to share in education, fun, and games, you need to take history and political science classes at San Diego City College. But what do we offer, you will ask? We offer the courses necessary for you to transfer. And these courses are History 100. It's a World History 1 before Renaissance, and History 101, World History 2 after Renaissance to the present. We have the US history, History 109, History of the United States 1, and we have History 110, which is History of the United States 2. Also, we have a special course, History 123, and this is a US history from the Asian Pacific American perspective. In the future, in the spring semester, we are planning to offer more history sources. What do we offer in political science? Political Science 101. It's an introduction to political science. Political Science 102, Introduction to American Government. 103, Comparative Politics. And Political Science 140 is a contemporary international politics. I wish you success in reaching your goals. Thank you very much for allowing me to do the introduction to history and political science courses at City College. And I want to let you know that some of our classes are still open. So you can ask your instructor for an ed code, or it's called now permission code, and enroll in our classes. If you have a full load this time, you still can enroll in our classes this semester by taking some of history and political science classes in October for 8-week courses. Thank you very much again, and good luck in everything you do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophia. May I ask a quick question, because we are in an election year, and also you do a lot of things with regard to Constitution Week, and that's coming up in September. Do you have anything to discuss about any activities that are planned for the Constitution Week?
Yes, I am happy to announce that we are going to have a virtual Constitution Week, and it will be a Constitution Amendment contest, in which all of you can participate. And it's a lot of fun, also gives you a knowledge before you make your conscious decision in the election process. And also we are planning the constitutional Jeopardy. It's not easy to do it in an online format. What we will try to adjust to our challenging times.
Well, I thank you so much, Sophia. And just for everybody to know, everybody is adjusting, whether you feel like you've been doing Zoom meetings or doing virtual learning for 10 years or 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. You have a lot of support here at San Diego City College. Thank you for that amazing and insightful presentation, Sophia.
Thank you very much. And I also wanted to add that our instructors have information in their Canvas shells for their classes of all support services San Diego City College has to provide. And so you can always ask your instructor for help, and they will direct you to the necessary resources. And thank you very much, Lori, for the generosity of your introduction and for this, for the opportunity to announce our exciting offering in history and political science. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Sophia. And I just might want to add that in listening to Sophia's presentation, I never connected history to so many different things. And so that was very exciting to know, Sophia. Thank you so much for enlightening us. So we're ready to transition on to our next program. And let me just double check to see if our guest is here yet. So she's not here just yet. So while we're doing that, how about we go back to some of the things that we'll be doing this week for Welcome Week. So in addition to some of the courses, you've heard a couple of professors talk about courses that are still open. And if you're interested in any of those courses, we have the personal growth classes that have been mentioned. We've had the history classes, we have the PE classes. There's still open and available classes if you're looking to fill your schedule with your intentional programming to fulfill your education plan. We will be also transitioning soon to our wonderful and outreach department who will be talking about City Compass. And if you think about the word compass, it's direction. So what direction will you take? Let me just get back to see if our next presenter is available. So not just yet. What I'd like to do is to talk about some of, let me pull up our website for us. One moment, please. Thank you so much for waiting. I am checking for our next presenter, but while we are waiting, let me just talk about City College overall. San Diego City College's website is extremely informative, and it just had a really great makeover at the beginning of, or in the fall, I should say, of last year. And one of the things that you can see, it's extremely user-friendly. I work in the Office of Student Affairs, and so I thought it's a great time for, since we're waiting, I'd like to show you what we offer in our department. We are called the happiest place on campus, kind of like the Disneyland on campus, because we do so many wonderful things with our students and for our students. It's where our Associated Students Government is housed, along with our student clubs. And one moment, please, I apologize. Okay, our presenter just came in. Thank you so much for joining us, Nicole. Appreciate it so kindly. Our next presenter is Nicole Vargas, and she is here to discuss our RT, BF, and drama courses. Without further ado, Nicole, I'm going to let you take it away here. Thank you so much.
Having me.
Thank you.
And welcome everyone. My name is Nicole Vargas, and I am a professor of digital journalism here at San Diego City College. And I'm here to share with all of you a little bit about what happens in both our digital journalism programs and our radio, television, and film programs. The two work very closely together because both are the homes of student media here at City College. And I will be joined shortly by one of our editors to talk a little about their experience. But in the meantime, I want to give you a quick rundown of what we have available to you. Right now in digital journalism, we have basically two different tracks you can take if you're interested in student media here at City College. First, you have the opportunity to just wade in, get your feet wet, dabble a little bit in what we do. And that is the class called Digital Journalism, DJRN 200. And it's news writing for multimedia. And really what you do is you learn the basics. You get in there, like I said, you get your feet wet, you get some great practice, some great repetition, but you also learn about the larger ecosystem of media and especially of student media. And we have great tools on our campus to be able to also showcase that. Now, if you're feeling a little bit braver, you have maybe some experience, maybe you have already taken 200, or you're ready to just jump right in, we also have the ability to join the staff of City Times, which is the student-produced student newspaper here at City College, award-winning digital-first news operation, and it is vast. And while I talk a little bit about that, I'm going to actually pull it up and share it with all of you. Our first meeting is today, actually, and so we will slowly start seeing more and more content appearing on this site. And when it does come up for me, this is what the City Times website looks like right now. And so we have a news website, which students put stories on this website every day of the week. Additionally, we have quite an extensive set of opportunities in terms of multimedia. We have an app, we have an e-newsletter, we have lots of video content, we have a podcast, we have a lot going on. And really, no matter what your interest, what your expertise, whether you're a journalism major, an RTVF major, or you're majoring in something totally different, there is an opportunity for you at City and in the program to get in and get active. And so right off the bat, students are producing stories ranging from blog posts. We had a very busy blog going back in the spring. We had students, like I said, working on podcasts very regularly. We have audio versions of stories, but all of these are skills and experience that you're able to get while you're here at City College. Now, Lori, tell me, is there anything any questions that students have been having, anything that's important for me to discuss for the group that's here?
I think that I don't have any questions for the from students, but I do have some questions that are, I would like for you to talk about how award-winning your journalism students are and some of the opportunities that they've had as a result of their success.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. Yes, we have had a really great run. This is, what's really exciting about being a digital first publication is we are able to do and compete in a lot of different ways. And so, for instance, as we look at some of our stories that we have produced, a lot of this content was all related to and happening during the time that campus was closed. The best part about being a digital news operation is we can do it from anywhere. And this is exactly what the professionals are doing. And that's why it's important. What we're doing is we're actually getting real world experience before you even leave City College. And we're also competing against other community colleges and in some cases four-year universities to talk about how we are able to do our job. So for instance, last fall, the copy editor for the City Times earned number 3, and he was ranked 3rd in the region for copy editing. The magazine has been among the state's best. Our magazine is called Legend, and that is also produced as part of this class. It's received general excellence in each of the last 4 semesters, both regionally and statewide. And same with the City Times News website. The digital website has as well been ranked as earned general excellence and is ranked among the top. I believe that was given to about 15 of the news publications across the state. And so it's an enormous sense of pride. Individually, students have done very well. And actually, one of those students is right here with me. Vicki Pineda is our editor-in-chief. And Vicki runs the show. Vicki is the big boss. And what's super neat about being part of a student publication is students get a chance to not only practice journalism, but work on leadership and build a team. And I think my favorite part about being part of a student news operation is the team aspect. There's not a lot of opportunities to build a community sometimes, and to have something that everybody shares a common interest and passion and wants to work together. You have a built-in team, which is awesome. So Vicki, I wanted to bring you in. Tell us a little bit about you and your experience with City Times.
You are spotlighted right now, Vicki. Hello.
Hello. Hello, my name is Vicki, and I've been a student for City College for the past 6-7 years, on and off. And I recently joined the City Times about like 2 years ago. And I got introduced to the City Times, and I started off my position as an assistant sports editor. And I moved up to the sports editor role when I got to meet a lot of really good athletes. My first story was a really great story that I was super nervous on writing, but it just gave me a really good experience. And then I've been a editor-in-chief for the past 2 semesters, spring 2020 and now fall 2020.
May I ask a question, Vicki?
Yes.
So one of the things is about Vicki is because Nicole was talking about the community that is created and the opportunities for students to really drill down and learn and reach their potential. Vicki has been to the Office of Student Affairs many times, or over the phone or by email. She has interviewed the Dean of Student Affairs, Marciano Perez Jr., and myself, along with other people. So, we see her out and about, and even virtually, we see that her work continues in the City Times, because the City Times, hopefully you all subscribe to that, because it's very informative and it gives you information up to date. If you have one piece of information or one thing to say to students that may be on the edge of taking classes in your area, what would you say?
You definitely learn a lot. I know that in my past 6 years of being a student at City College, I've learned a lot being at the City Times, because you learn from many different topics, especially on how to communicate with others and have really good interview skills. And that just goes a long way, because it helps you in any career form that you are looking forward, whether it's in journalism or in the office or any place in your career. Interviewing skills is something that you probably would take for the rest of your life.
Thank you so much.
Vicki's an amazing example of one of our student leaders on campus. And it's really incredible to see someone who's grown so much. And that's what's so fun about the role of being advisor, is we get to know students on this level where we can see them really really kind of get into reach their potential, I think is probably the most exciting thing. We really get a chance to see the potential of so many students and help them realize it, which is really fun. I actually want to make a big deal about one of Vicki's stories, and I'm going to share it one more time. This is our Legend from the spring semester. Typically, you would find Legend on newsstands this time of year. This would be on top of a pile of print newspapers. We still actually do get the opportunity to have a print publication, usually once a month. And then we do our magazine once a semester. And this is the magazine the students did. It is incredible what they were able to do. All of it was produced remotely. And all of these stories kicked in March 13th on. We originally had a great discussion at the beginning of the semester saying, oh, let's not have the pandemic anywhere in this magazine. And then March 13th happened, April and May, and the students, to their credit, really embraced it. And it was so exciting to see the work of the students as they learned how to work in a different setting. And this is the story that Vicki did about a student athlete who was entering City College. And she really, it's a fascinating story about how she even found the student athlete. So Vicki, can you give us a little bit of a background on how this story came about? Because it really is an interesting, it just shows what we're able to do when we're in this virtual world.
Yeah, so I came across Jillian. I'm actually managed the City Times Instagram account. So I saw that I had a follow, and I usually always aware who follows the City Times to see and check if they're City College students. And I noticed that she had in her bio that she was joining City College and was planning to join the volleyball team. And it's because I've been really looking out for I tried to look out for the school sports. I actually reached out to her and asked her if I can actually interview her, and it turns out that she was joining the volleyball team for City. And this I was able to turn this story not only in the magazine, I actually wrote another short story for the website, created a video, and produced it also for New Scene.
And that's the best part about what we're doing. We're teaching students these real world skills. We just recently had a meeting with professionals who consult with and who guide our program. And one of them was from KPBS. And it was absolutely fascinating how this professional reporter was telling this exact same story that Vicki just told about a story that she does on a regular basis for KPBS. And that's why this is so important. We really do get a chance to help students learn these skills and take these skills forward. This is building a resume. This is building a portfolio. This is putting students in competitive positions for jobs and internships later. And we're starting to see that pay off. We're seeing our students are again, winning awards, getting recognized, and slowly starting to make their way out into the world and continuing their education. We just, sadly, our managing editor won't be joining us this year. She just transferred to University of Southern California to the Annenberg School of Journalism, which is a huge opportunity for a student from our university or from our college to go to the university, excuse me. And we have students at Sacramento State, that's at San Francisco State. We have quite a few at San Diego State. And we work very closely with the team over at SDSU. I'm a former internship coordinator at San Diego State in the School of Journalism and Media Studies. And so we're always trying to figure out what the long-term goals are for our students and help them get there. And if it's San Diego State, let's do it. If it's USC or beyond, we're game to try anything. So that's really what we're doing. We're hoping Vicki is getting close to moving on. And so we're really excited about the possibility. Vicki, do you want to kind of talk about the next steps, where you see yourself going, where you want to end up?
Definitely. I've been really into Cal State Fullerton. I've actually had an opportunity to go to that campus for JCC conference last fall. So it was a really good experience. And then I did my own research, and they have a really great program. And I kind of talked to a friend of mine who actually goes to Cal State Fullerton, and she actually told me that the Daily Titan is actually a really great program. So I'm more encouraged to try that campus out, and hopefully that's where I'll be in the fall 2021.
We're everything we can do to help out with that. So, that's been really fun. We actually, and as Vicki said, we actually have one of our conferences on the campus of Cal State Fullerton. So we have students who are able to go there. A year ago, we had students go to Sacramento for the state conference. And one of them, we were able to take a detour and take him to visit Sacramento State, which is now where he goes to school. And so it really is also a special opportunity to connect with outside organizations that really can be valuable to our students, whether it be another university, professionals, other schools. A lot of times we have a very fun and energizing competition with a lot of the other community colleges in the area when it comes to stories and competitions. But when they go to a 4-year, the students will be working together. And so they learn all of those skills here.
I just want to thank you both so very much. I've known Vicki for a while because Vicki also dibbled in the student affairs office, and she worked in our office as student affairs. So I've seen her grown immensely, and under your leadership, Nicole, I can't help but understand why, because your enthusiasm is so contagious. So I can just see how you impact your students in that way. And Vicki, I also know her because we're neighbors, right? So she used to work at a place where I used to dine at, and that place is gone now due to COVID. But Vicki, I wish you the very best. I know that you'll just do so well. I'm so very proud of all of your accomplishments. And Nicole, thank you so much. Continue to inspire your students, because that's what we see. That's exactly what we love.
Thank you, Vicki. It's a ton of fun.
Appreciate you both being here today. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So we're at the last transition in our program this morning. We will end the day with our wonderful outreach department that is headed by my friend and colleague, Luke Menchaca. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Luke and his team. Take it away, Luke.
Hello, Lori. Thank you so much for having us here. We're so excited to be here. And we have a couple professionals on campus that were our one professional, I should say, and Miss Edwidge Dupart, and she's going to be from our Peer Mentor Lab. So we're definitely excited. We have a session that's coming up called the City Campus Q&A session. And basically what this is going to do, it's going to allow students to really learn about City College, how to get connected, and answer all those questions that probably the large majority of students are facing in that moment today. So that's what we're going to accomplish. So I want to pass the mic over to Edwidge, and I believe Diane Torres is here as well. So Edwidge, I'll throw it over to you, the virtual stage, and then you can get it going.
Thank you so much, Luke. I'm super excited to be here with all of you guys. Happy fall 2020 semester, everyone. Woo! I hope you guys have an amazing semester. I know you'll do great. So today I have with me my lovely peer mentor, Diane. I'll let her, introduce herself as well.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Sorry. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the fall 2020 semester. My name is Diane Torres. I'm a peer mentor at San Diego City College, and I'm excited to be here today, welcoming you to the fall 2020 semester.
Yes. So Diane, do you want to give them a little background of yourself at City College?
Sure. I've been a student for about 4 years now, but I've been working with Eddie for 2 years. I'm a first generation college student, so I can attest to how City College, their professional staff, professors, everyone has really helped me in completing my goals. I was able to finally get my associates in business accounting this past semester, and I can't thank them enough for all their support and all the resources they made available to help me.
Yes, thank you. And I'm also actually an alumni from City College. I graduated in May, and it was just such an achievement for me. City College has really provided me with just so much support to achieve my goals, and now I'm able to transfer. So now I would like to just tell you guys that City Compass, like Luke said, is about just making sure that we answer the questions that you need answered, frequently asked questions, making sure that you are able to navigate through City College seamlessly and effortlessly. We're here to support you through your academic journey, and that's why City Compass was designed. So without further ado, and also I want to just let you guys know all the topics and the links that we're going to be speaking about today will be communicated in the chat for your reference, for your future reference. We're also going to be posting a sign-in sheet. So we want to hear from you. We want to know who joined us today. So please take the time to sign in, and we will greatly appreciate that. So Diane, are you ready to get started?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about our services, okay? How can the student body get in touch with peer mentors?
So let me share my screen. So the peer mentors at City College, we can assist you by phone. So you can call us at 619-800-2739. You can also make an appointment for with a peer mentor. And at this bit.ly that we will be posting in the chat, it's bit.ly/FYS Zoom Assistance. And you can also email us for general questions at stcitycollegepeeradvocates@gmail.com. We can help you with applying to City College, but also if you need assistance with completing your FAFSA application, registering for classes right now. I know everyone's adding classes, so we can help you with that. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at SDCityFYS. And we're available there and on Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we encourage you to follow us and, call us for support. We are here for you.
Yes, yes, Diane. And you do not want to miss our updates on our social media platforms. I mean, we're updating you about campus activities, events, workshops, important information, academic dates and deadlines to keep you on track. So please subscribe to our channel as well. We have a YouTube channel that we have how-to videos and web tip series to make sure that you are successful as possible. Now, Diane, how could they book a one-on-one appointment with us?
Yes, so in the form, you can go ahead and fill it out with your name. It'll ask your email address and the time that you want to make an appointment with us. The benefit of using Zoom when making this appointment is that we can see you face to face. You have that personal experience. In addition to that, you can share your screen so that we can see what you're doing on your screen and we can better assist you in if it's adding classes or in your FAFSA application. It really helps when we're able to see your screen and help you that way.
Yes, thank you so much, Diane, for that. So like she said, we have so many ways that you can get connected. So please come learn with us, connect with us, and achieve with us. Now, let's get started into the nitty-gritty questions. All right, Diane, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. The semester has started. Is it too late to start or add classes? Is it too late, Diane?
No, it isn't. Actually, there are plenty of classes still open that you can still add. I encourage you to check them out. Go into your MySDCCD portal, and there you can go ahead and when you're searching for a class, specifically click that checkbox that says open classes, show open classes only, so that it can show you what classes are still open. As long as it has that green circle, you can still add it. If the class already started, so if it started today, you may need a permission code, so we encourage you to contact that specific professor. And if they are short-term classes, you can also register for them because they started later, so you can, if they have that open green circle, then that means you can add them and register for them. I do encourage you to remember to check the add and drop deadlines for the courses so that you know that time margin that you have to add these classes.
Yes, yes, yes. So where can I find a list of open classes still available? Guys, there are open classes. It's called the City Hot List. It is online and it's all the available classes that are currently still open for you to enroll in. So like she said, it's not too late. And also there's short-term courses that you can check out on the college website, and we'll be posting those links shortly. We're having little technical difficulties with the links, but we'll be posting all these links very shortly here. So as I said, there's a hot list that is created and actually distributed on our website for you to enroll into some classes that are still available and open for you all. Now, and if there's any questions out there, please feel free to communicate in the comment box. We are going through some frequently asked questions, but nonetheless, we would like to hear from you. If there's a question or a comment that we haven't touched upon, please feel free to comment in the chat box. We are going to move on to important dates and deadlines. This is really imperative that you keep a calendar or notate the important dates and deadlines so you can stay on track of all your classes, of all the goals that you have. So of course, the primary session started today, which is August 17th. until December 14th. That's the 16th week primary session semester. The last day to receive and pay for ad codes is going to be August 28th. And the last day to drop classes is also August 28th. The refund deadline for enrollment fees and or non-resident tuition fees is August 28th as well. I want to talk about some holidays that are coming up shortly. So it's going to be Labor Day, September 7th, when campus will be closed. September 18th is the last day to petition for pass or no pass. Now, pass or no pass means if you would like to complete a class, enroll in a class, and you necessarily do not want a letter grade or a percentage for that class, you can sign up for a pass or no pass. And some students really like to take the advantage of this. Some classes are a bit harder, or they don't really need that the grade level for their requirements, so they just take a no pass or pass course. The withdrawal deadline to receive a W is October 23. Now, this is why it's important for you to understand the drop deadline, because with the drop deadline, you're able to drop and disenroll in courses without having it affect your record or be on your record. And what I mean by that is, after the drop deadline, if you drop that course, you'll receive a W. And so W's are there for opportunities if you get overwhelmed or if something happens, life happens, but too many W's can really look negatively on your student record. So if you can, and you feel like you're not able to continue with the course, please drop the course before the drop deadline. And if things happen after that, you can definitely withdraw. Just keep in mind that too many W's can have a negative impact. Now, Veterans Day is going to be on November 11th, which school will be closed. And then November 23rd to the 25th, we will not be in session for the Thanksgiving holiday break until the 27th. And the end of the fall semester is December 14th. So you can find your grades as well on January 11th. That's when grades will be due. So hopefully I didn't go too fast, guys. I know I have an hour, so hopefully I didn't go too fast. And we're going to be posting these on the comment as well. Now, Diane, for students that need Wi-Fi, that need access to Wi-Fi, where do they go? Do we have services like that?
Yes, so San Diego City College has provided these wonderful resources. So Wi-Fi is available on campus Mondays through Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then Fridays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. This location will be located in the parking lot number 5, so 16th and C Street, lot 5. This is next to the Child Care Center. And so there are some parking guidelines that you want to make sure that you're following. So to begin, for best reception, please use the parking spaces near the building, parked and marked spaces or student spaces. Accordingly, park in every other space. So make sure there's an empty space between vehicles. Remember that only owners of a valid disabled placard may use these parking spaces, and please have only members of the same household be in each vehicle. Remember, we're still social distancing. Occupants must remain in vehicles, and because campus is still closed, restrooms and other on-campus services are not available. So keep that in mind. Also, college police will be continually monitoring the parking lot. So student code of conduct and all other parking guidelines are in effect. This includes, having your parking permit or student ID or class schedule with you. In case someone asks you to show it, you have it with you. And this can be in a form of a screenshot on your phone or print it out.
Thank you so much, Diane. So if you need Wi-Fi, like Diane said, it's available at all 3 campuses, and we're going to be posting that in the comment as well. So please tap into Wi-Fi if you need that. It's there for you. Now, along with Wi-Fi, if you have Wi-Fi but with no laptop or computer, what is Wi-Fi good for, right? So great news, guys, okay? We are doing a laptop distribution again. Yes, we are letting loaners, Chromebook loaners. And Diane, can you talk to me a little bit about when that's happening and how?
Yes, of course. So if you're interested in borrowing some of these laptops, you can click out and fill out the link that we will be posting by Monday, August 17th at 9 a.m. So actually it was for today. But after that, if you filled out that form, you can check your email by tomorrow for a message that will confirm if that device has been reserved for you. And if you have been selected when you filled that form earlier, you can receive these resources and it'll give you more details on what to do and how to access them. But also, if you need to return that device, if you received that email earlier, please return them. Return your lone Chromebook and or hotspot by placing the device and its accessories, so like the AC adapter, in a protective bag, and you can gently deposit it into the Learning Center's library book return slot. And the times available, it's between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. on Mondays. So please keep in mind, and for more information on that, please contact the college's mobile tech team, and we will be posting their email address if you have any more questions on how to return your device.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Diane, about that. So please go ahead and fill out that Google form so you can receive a laptop if you need one. It's a great resource and it's available to you. City College cares about your success, and that's why we're offering all these resources to you. So another really frequently asked question that we receive, and I know Diane can contest to this, is how we can contact our professors remotely, right? We're not in face-to-face. The campus is closed. How could you get in contact with your professor? So the great thing is there are many ways that you can get in contact. The first way that you can get in contact is through Canvas. All the classes are online on our learning management system called Canvas. And on Canvas, there's an inbox icon that you can actually press and select the course that you're in and inbox your professor directly through Canvas. Now, I want to just let you know that professors, they have their own preferences on how they would like their students to communicate with them. Some professors don't want to communicate through Canvas. They rather communicate through their email. And if that is so, they will provide the email on the syllabus or on the welcome letter in their Canvas shell that you're enrolled in. So make sure you read those welcome introduction letters from the professor and read your syllabus thoroughly, because that's a contractual agreement between you and the professor. And it's going to kind of lay out all the expectations, all the guidelines for you to be as successful as possible in your class. And if you cannot find a professor's email, you can check out the directory on San Diego City College website, where there are on the side, there's going to be an orange tab with more info, and you're going to click that orange tab, and it's going to be a directory and listing of all the professors and faculty on campus. But like I said, if you are enrolled in the class, the professor's job is to communicate with you on ways that they can get in touch with you and you can get in touch with them. Also, some professors are conducting Zoom office hours. And so that's going to be detailed in the syllabus as well. So some professors like mine is conducting Monday and Wednesday from 12 to 1:30. That means at that time, I'm able to click in on Zoom and meet with my professor one-on-one to discuss assignments, confusion, to clarify homework, or just to really get a better understanding of the course. I really, really highly recommend and encourage you guys to build a connection with your professor. It's going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you with your classes. And then you could really understand what the professor needs from you to be successful in the course. What do you think, Diane? Did I cover all the ways to contact the professor?
Yes, you did. And just remember that, just like Eddie was saying, the professors are there to assist with you. If you need, let's say, a permission number, you can email them to the link that we'll be posting. You can find their email address there by searching for their name. In case you are looking to add the class and just need a permission number, you can also find their email there to contact them for that.
Yes, thank you, Diane. Thank you. So I just want to make sure that you guys all signed in. We want to hear from you. We want to kind of follow up with you if you're attending the City Compass Q&A session. Just giving a brief moment for you guys to sign in that sign-in sheet that will be laid out in the chat for you, as well as, post your comments. What is your major? where did you graduate from? Let us hear from you. This is an interactive, engaging platform. We want to hear from you. So Diane, this is a burning question. Are all classes going to be online remote?
So the answer is no. Some of them are fully online. So what's the difference between fully online and remote online? Fully online classes, basically it's fully online. You don't have to meet with them virtually. So that makes a difference with remote online, because with remote online classes, you do have to meet at a certain time and date with your class, with your professor through Zoom. And so for these fully online classes, you would be in contact with the class and the professor on Canvas. So you would log in that first day, check out the syllabus, review your course load, all the assignments, where with the remote online, you would do the same, but the professor would make that link available to Zoom to connect during those meeting times. And then you would review within a virtual class setting in your own home or wherever you feel more comfortable, and then review the syllabus, go over all of that information, and throughout the semester meet during those set meeting times to go over lectures, assignments, and all of that. So I definitely recommend you to stay on top of Canvas, be checking that, just so that you are updated and aware of where to log in, because you do not want to be late to your first class session.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Diane. And like Diane mentioned, remember when you're checking for classes, make sure you check on there. It's on the class details, and even on the class search, it's going to say no set meeting times or meeting times, and they're going to lay that out for you. So if you want set meeting times, you like and you thrive off of that professor, community, student interaction, then go for it. If you are a busy full-time worker, have kids, and you'd rather not meet, you have those options be laid out for you too. Just make sure you enroll in the class that's going to suit your needs. So, this is a great topic. Actually, Diane was one of the students. We're going to talk a little bit about Promise, one of the most amazing, dynamic, just glorious programs on campus for you to take advantage of. The opportunities are endless with Promise. I mean, I wasn't a Promise student, but I wish I was. Diane was, and she can talk a little bit about that.
Yes, so the San Diego Promise program is a 2-year program. They help you and assist you with paying for your classes, but it's not only, I want to say they didn't only pay for my classes, they gave me that support. As I mentioned before, I am a first generation college student. So I did have the full support of my parents, but they didn't know how to navigate college. And so they really assisted me from application to, classes, choosing classes, everything, to make sure that I knew where I was going, where my how I could reach my end goal. If I needed extra support, they would lead me to those resources. I had a peer mentor as well, and that really helped me within that transition, because I took a break off of high school, between high school and college. So they really helped me transition into college life. And so we would love for you to join if you're a high school student that graduated from the class of 2020. For more information, we will be posting the link shortly in the chat, but we will also include the email. So Brenda Torres, she is wonderful, fantastic. She really helped me within Promise and beyond. And also you can call them at 619-800-3464. They are accepting applications on a space available basis until August 24th. So I highly encourage you to, if you're from the class of 2020 in high school, I highly encourage you to apply and see what it's about. You can attest on your own how wonderful this program is.
Yes, I mean, I couldn't have said it better, Diane. Honestly, Promise is elite. And like you said, big shout out to Brenda Torres and all the peers and the counselor Deanna for just doing an amazing job and just, caring so passionately about student success. So thank you for covering Promise. And that will be posted in the chat if you would like to get in touch with her. Like Diane said, they are still accepting applications until the 24th. Time is running out, but we are still here to accept applications. So please call, contact them. A lovely program. So now the other biggest resource that City College has developed and created is Jira. And Diane, tell me a little bit about Jira. What is that?
So basically, the question has come up with everything going virtually online is how can we submit these forms to financial aid? And that's where Jira comes. It comes to our aid where we can submit our assignments in, not our assignments, sorry, submit our financial aid forms in a timely manner, in a secure manner online. You know, we just fill out the form, make sure that we have everything there. Then when we go into Jira, we put in our information, making sure that it's accurate. We upload our forms and we send them off knowing that it's a secure way to send our information to financial aid, and then they be able to process it when the time comes.
Yes, yes, thank you so much. And so Diane talked about financial aid forms. You can submit admissions forms, you can submit veterans forms. Honestly, every office is using Jira to just make sure it's more convenient and flexible for you. We understand we are living in unique times and a lot of things are not accessible. So we're trying to create these different platforms and resources for you to use to stay on track, to be successful, and to get the job done. So if you're having problems and issues of submitting forms, don't wait. The link is going to be posted in the chat. Use that link to submit your forms today, okay? And so now we're going to go into counseling. So if I'm a new student, what should I do? What should the process be, Diane, for new students that are trying to obtain a counseling appointment from General Counseling?
So for new students, we highly encourage you to check out their counseling website. They have all the websites and information necessary. So one of the first steps after you've applied to City, done your financial aid form, and then your online orientation, you also want to do the new Ed Plan session. It's a virtual online and it's through Canvas. And the link is on the counseling website. Being a new student and accessing Canvas, you do not have to be registered to a class to access this Ed Planning session, but we highly encourage you to click on that link and then it'll log you into the session, and then you'll be able to go through this wonderful orientation. It goes over college classes, how they are chosen, and then also how to make that counseling appointment and how it can benefit you. So as a new student, we highly encourage you to take this Ed Planning session. It has so much information that's very helpful to all students.
Yes, yes. It's impacted with insightful information on even your career choice and, creating kind of like an education plan for yourself. It kind of goes through your milestones or different modules, and it's so easy. It's a one-click registration enroll. You go to the campus counseling website, you click where it says new student educational plan session, and it opens and prompts up a Canvas shell where you're enrolled into the modules, and then you can complete those modules. And the great unique thing about, going through this new educational plan session is that you can book a group session at the end of this session. So you can obtain a group session. So it's a really great resource. The other thing that I would highly suggest that you do is complete the new student orientation. This is aside from the new student educational plan session. So the educational plan session is getting you equipped with the knowledge you need as far as, your pathway and what you would like to do. But the new student orientation actually gives you an idea and familiarize yourself with the campus community as a whole. So it's two orientations, but one offers different things. And I think they're both very insightful. So please visit the counseling website to complete the new student orientation as well as the new student educational plan session. Now, we're going to move on into the library, resources at the library. Is the LRC still open, Diane?
So even though campus might be closed, our services aren't. So things like the LRC, they've gone virtually online. So we will be posting the website through our chat, but basically it's a wonderful resource. You still have access to their services online through that website. We highly encourage you to check it out. You still have access to books, ebooks, textbooks, and reserves on this website, videos and media, research guides. So in that website, if you look at the, if you check out the Learning Resource Center website, they do have another resource where you have access to a librarian online 24/7. They are in different parts of the world, so different libraries, so that's really cool. You can also ask them if you're like researching on something for an assignment, you can ask for assistance, what specifically to look for, where to look for it. So I highly encourage you to check the LRC website out. That's one of the helpful resources that are still available right now for students.
Yes, yes, and they teach you how to like look up articles, how to look up research for your papers, for your English courses, or maybe your history or art courses. So it's really invitatious resource. So now we're going to head into the tutoring center. And if we're going a little bit too fast, let us know. We're posting some links in the chat for future reference if you want to kind of get some navigation going on through those websites. But we're going to cover tutoring center, and the tutoring center is open. The English center will be starting August 24th, and their hours are going to be Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Live tutoring, live workshops, assignment feedback, and more. They're offering all this and more for you guys. That's from the English center. And the math tutors are also here to assist you guys with your math courses. And so those tutoring sessions will be embedded in Canvas. You can actually self-enroll into the English and math course, tutoring courses in Canvas, where you can communicate with different tutors and set and schedule appointments with them. Now the math tutoring will start August 24th, and it'll be until December 10th. And their hours are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. So if you're wondering how you're gonna get support, the campus closed, you need a tutor, you're having difficulty in your class, you can definitely get tutoring support services at City College virtually, and you can self-enroll at the English Center and in the Math Center. I also wanted to say Math Center hours are offered on Saturday as well, from 10:30 to 2 p.m. So if you want to receive tutoring, click that link on their website and you'll be enrolled in their Canvas. Now, speaking about Canvas, we want to talk to you about logging in and how you get your Canvas site. What's the process, Diane? When a student enrolls in a course, where do they go? How do they, complete their course online?
Yeah, so it's very important for you to log into Canvas. So we will be posting the direct link on the chat, but you can also Google it. Make sure that when you're Googling it, it's SDCCD Canvas, because different colleges do have, other colleges do use Canvas, and so you want to be in the San Diego Community College District Canvas. So you'll identify it by the logo, the circular blue logo with a star in it, and it'll say San Diego Community College. To log in, if it's your first time, your username will be your 10-digit student ID number, and then your password will be your 8-digit birth date. So that would be 2 numbers for the month, 2 numbers for the day, and then 4 numbers for the year. So let's say someone's birth date was, let's say June 3rd, and they were born the 1900s, for example. So then it would be 0603, and then their birth date would be 1900. So that would be your password. If you are a returning online student, though, you want to use your current password. So if it's your birthday and you kept it that way, use that. If you changed it afterwards, then you want to use that password. Now, if you do need assistance with Canvas, you can call the number that we will be posting in the chat. It's a 24/7 Canvas help desk at 844-612-7421. So keep that in mind that you do have access to the help desk. They also have help videos in Canvas. Do keep in mind that when you just registered for a course, let's say you just added it and enrolled in it, it won't be immediate that you can log into Canvas. So you will have to allow it for, sometimes it can take up to an hour, but sometimes it can take up to 24 hours. So just keep on checking that you're being able to log into Canvas. If for whatever reason, after that time, it just doesn't show up on your Canvas, then I encourage you to call the help desk number, see what's going on with your Canvas so that you can see the stuff for your class. And so definitely you want to log into Canvas for your classes that first day that the class starts.
Thank you so much, Diane, for that. And like Diane said, there are 24/7 help desk available. If like you don't see your classes on your Canvas, just wait. The professor might have not published it, and always check your start date. If your class starts in October, if you're taking a short term or late start class, that class might not be available yet. It might not be published. It might be in future classes. So just do not feel so alarmed. Check the status and the start date of your courses. And there is always technical support available 24/7. And there's also a number that you can call. We will be putting this information in the chat. Just give us a moment here and you'll have this information in the chat for you. Just to speak about Canvas, you also have the opportunity to download the Canvas app. There is a Canvas app for students. Do not pick the one for teachers. There are one for students. So you can use Canvas or actually do your assignments over the phone if there's a possibility or chance where your laptop is restarting or it has crashed, or hopefully not having issues with your computer. You can tap in and log in into Canvas in your phone, on your phone, by downloading the Canvas app. And like I said, this will be communicated on the chat to you. So that's another great resource for you to stay on track and be successful. Wanted to talk to you guys about financial aid a little bit. Financial aid money, bookstore money will be at the bookstore. City Bookstore is still open. Diane will talk to you a little bit about how to get your books for the semester. But yes, your financial aid portion of that will be at the bookstore for the first 2 weeks, I believe, of the semester. So you can go ahead and purchase the books for your classes. Now, because we are in this remote modality, some professors are choosing to use their own electronic versions, articles, free, web books and everything that they're going to provide for you. So you will check that in class details. If you're looking for course materials or supplies that you need for your courses, when you are selecting your class, you just click class details on the right-hand side, and it's gonna bring up a page. All the way down at the bottom, you're gonna see college textbooks and more. You're gonna click that, and when you click that, it's gonna prompt you into the bookstore webpage, where you'll be able to see for that specific class required books, or if there's books at all for the class. That's where you'll be able to locate if you have course materials. You can also generate a book list there. They are providing new books, used books, and rentals, and that will be laid out on that particular site attached with your specific class. You could see the amount, and if you're paying with your financial aid, you're gonna click, I believe it's accounts receivable, correct me if I'm wrong, Diane, on that for you to purchase your book. Now, if you are paying with cash, your debit card, you only can pay with Visa and MasterCard. You cannot pay with Discover. And so that won't be, so make sure you have a Visa and MasterCard to purchase your books if you're purchasing it with a debit card. Now, if you do not use the funds that are sent to the bookstore, those funds will be sent back to you through either mail, or if you have signed up for direct deposit, it will be sent into your account, and you'll receive that probably September, and I'll get those dates for you as well. There are 4 disbursements throughout the year for financial aid. There are 2 disbursements in the fall semester and 2 disbursements in the spring semester. And I will pull up those dates as well. Diane, can you talk a little bit about more of the books, like how to find the books?
Yes, of course. So I want to start off, first of all, you want to check your class schedule because depending on where the class is what bookstore you want to formulate the book list. So if you have most of your classes at City, but you have one class at another campus, you will have to get that one separately in their individual bookstore. When you create your book list, it's very easy. You go by subject, and then very specifically, you would go into the CRN for the class just to make sure that the books that you're getting are specific to the class that you're taking. And then from there on, once you have finalized and added all these classes to your list, it formulates the book list. Once the book list is formulated and you want to check out, it will prompt you to create an account. So if you haven't created an account before, or you didn't sign in before you created the book list, go ahead and do that then. Once you're done, it'll ask for your information. So your address, where to mail it in, and then when you go to purchase your books to pay for it, it'll ask you how you want to pay for it. So you have that option, as Eddie said, to pay out of pocket with your debit or with your debit credit card, or it says A/R, and that option is for you to pay with your financial aid account, money that you have available at the bookstore. So when you pick that, you put it in, it'll ask you for your student ID number. You can put that in, make sure it's the full 10-digit student ID number. And then once you do that, then it'll continue asking you for more information. Just make sure that you're filling it out completely. And then you would be able to purchase for your classes. But do keep in mind, these book list is dependent on what campus you're taking the class at. So make sure that you're finding the books for your city classes at the city campus bookstore. And then if it's at another campus, you do have to go for it individually to the other campus.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Diane, for that. So that's how you get your books, guys. You want to get your books early. Now, if the books are not offered at our bookstore, we encourage you to go to Chegg.com, Amazon, and purchase those books as well to get the materials. You want to be, you kind of have like a head start in the classroom. You don't want to be behind and kind of lag behind, because then it gets really difficult to catch up. So, like Diane and I mentioned, bookstore is still open, providing the necessary books and course materials for your course. And the way you find that is in your class schedule, scrolling down and clicking college books and courses. Now, Diane, we want to talk about like just time management, right? So what time management involves, and what are the tips that you would give students in their first year, or returning students, because sometimes, it takes a while to build these skills and turn them into habits, healthy habits to be successful. So what are the tips that you will give to new students and returning students on time management?
I think it would be good to set a routine. So this involves, getting a planner, jotting down your routine, prioritizing, so seeing what you want to achieve, your goals, and then sticking with it, but also being flexible with your schedule, your routine, and being flexible with yourself, because as we mentioned before, these times are unprecedented. So, there are things that we obviously want to accomplish, but sometimes, for whatever reason, things happen and we have to move things backwards. So we might have to move something that we wanted to accomplish today to accomplish it tomorrow. We have to be flexible enough to be able to do that. Also, when you set your routine, you want to set your space. So being in an online class, you want to make sure you have that study space where you have everything organized, or at least you have everything that you need at that moment accessible to you, so you're not as easily distracted. And I think that's a good for time management would be setting your routine, keeping a schedule, so a calendar or a planner, and then being flexible.
Yes, thank you so much. I agree 100%. Setting a routine and making sure that you use calendars and even your phone, alarm clocks to make sure you remind yourself of your upcoming tests, quiz, assignments. You always want to kind of keep a calendar, even if it's through something tangible or online, Google Calendars, always write down and create kind of like a weekly schedule, a monthly schedule, so you can see in advance what you have and what you are set out to do. So then you can try to create your day by day. And so I think that's very important. Time management skills is one of the skills that is going to make sure that you are successful, not only here at City College, not only when you transfer to universities, but in your life, your personal, professional life. You're going to carry these skills that you're going to grow to have throughout your whole life. So I want you guys to just have fun with this experience. Enjoy the ride. City College is here to make this experience fun for you, but as well as educational as possible, so you can achieve the goals that you set out to do, the dreams that you want to achieve. We want to make this work for you. Your success is our success at the Peer Mentor Lab. And with the Peer Mentor Lab, I just want to go back into how you can contact us and some of the services, activities, and workshops we're going to be offering throughout the year for you all. So Diane, one more time again, can you let the folks know how they can contact us and the different modalities that they can get in contact with us?
Yes, so for questions, assistance with the application, FAFSA forms, or right now, I know that a lot of you are registering for classes, trying to contact those professors. You can call us at 619-800-2739. So we're available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you can go ahead and call us. You can also schedule a live appointment. The bit.ly is bit.ly/FY Zoom assistance. And this is very helpful for because you can share your screen and we can direct you directly to what to click on, and we can actively see what you're reading so we can better help you. And once again, we can help you with the application, with FAFSA, and with MySDCCD navigation. Also, you can email us for general questions at sdcitycollegepeeradvocates@gmail.com. I highly encourage you to do so. We are trying our best to answer all of your questions and direct you to the correct resources and departments that can help you if that's the case. You can also follow us on social media at SDCityFYS. And as we mentioned earlier, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our programming includes Web Tip Wednesdays, so that's a weekly tip. We do how-to videos, so videos on how to navigate certain websites like the Remote Online Services website that you can find on our City College website. We also do updates on important dates that you want to keep in mind when, either add and drop deadlines or, registration time when it's coming, to make sure and to remind you that that day is coming in to register, and even information on resources that we may have that are coming in, like scholarships when scholarship time comes in. So I highly encourage you to follow us on social media. We're also active on there.
Yes, yes, Diane. And we cannot forget that we are going to be launching our very own City Virtual Support Hour starting next week. And we'll have the times detailed in the comment chat. So this is another way that you can kind of tap in and get the help that you need, so you don't feel that you're lost or no one's there to support you. We got you. So City Virtual Support Hour is coming next week, August 24th. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is Canvas. We have a Canvas that is Student Success 101, where we'll be creating announcements and detailing out campus activities, workshops, and events that you want to kind of engage in. We want to build a community. We don't want you to just be at school. We want you to be City College. We just don't want you to come to college. We want you to enjoy coming to college. So that's why we have the City Campus Student Success 101 shell. And in that shell, you'll have the opportunity to interact with students just like yourself that are in the same playing field, that will kind of share their experiences, their thoughts, their comments. It's called the Student Lounge. So that link will be in the chat right now. You can self-enroll. All you need to do is click that link and enroll into the Canvas Student Success 101 Canvas shell. The other thing I wanted to just promote really quickly is our City Ready sessions. These sessions are a two-part series that helps you navigate through the remote online services that are offered. It's a one-pager on our webpage, and all the departments are listed there with their contact information, their email, so you can get in contact with various departments on campus. And so we kind of go through that with you. We kind of navigate through my SDCCD portal so you can understand and familiarize yourself with the information that's provided on there, like your financial aid fees, your class schedules. You can check your grades on there. There's a multitude of things that you can check on your portal, as well as Canvas. We kind of go through Canvas with you so we can help you get familiar with that platform too. So City Ready session, we'll be doing one this Friday from 11:30 to 12:30 here on YouTube Live. So please tune in for that. We would love to have you again. I just want to say thank you for all of you guys joining us today. I wish you nothing but success in this journey. And just know that me, Diane, the City College of Peer Mentor Office First Year Services is here for you, and take care. Diane, any last thoughts?
I just want to say welcome to fall 2020 semester. Happy Monday, everyone. And I hope you have a wonderful first day of classes.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Oh, Edward and Diane, thank you so much. Your enthusiasm is contagious, and that was such great information. I'm sure that our viewers learned a lot about everything that they need to know about City, and appreciate that you are a constant contact for them so that they can reach out. Luke, thank you so much. Your outreach team is phenomenal. Thank you so much for being present with us today. So this concludes our morning session, but before we leave, I just really want to thank the entire virtual Welcome Week Planning Committee, because this takes a village to put on this kind of production, and it also takes people wanting to connect with our students. So I want to make sure that I thank every single presenter today, this morning, thus far. Our PM session is going to begin at 3:15 this afternoon, but we're on all week. And so before we leave, I'll go ahead and put up the schedule for the entire week. I just want to thank you and just ask, like, did you feel the presenters? Did you feel their energy? Do they that they really want you here at City College? Were you inspired? I know I certainly was inspired. I feel like I want to enroll at City College again. It's wonderful to work here. But are you ready for your journey here at San Diego City College? Just by being here and enrolling, you are. And we are ready for you. We want you here at City College. We care about your academic, professional, and personal success. So thank you so much for choosing City, and we look forward to a successful semester. And whatever you do, keep dreaming big. Have that audacity to keep dreaming. Thank you so much, and I'm going to share my screen and leave you with the rest of the schedule for Welcome Week. Thank you, everybody, for participating today.
So are we still live with everybody, Lori?
Yes, we are still live. It says in the right left-hand corner.
Well, yeah, I see that, but I'm just wondering, is everyone else still on, or do you know how many people actually participated?
in the Zoom, there have been anywhere between 4 and 10 people at any given time.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But there have been a lot of people that jump on, jump off in between sessions. So they're probably just looking at the schedule, seeing what interests them. They come on and then they log back off.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Doc, I noticed that we can see you now. We missed seeing your friendly face.
I didn't realize it. I realized